All right, that'll do it for me tonight. I'd like to thank Coach Doty and Coach Rogers for coming on the show. And I'd like to thank you for listening. And now let's go live to the 407 Barbecue Press Box, where Robert Hudgens, Andy A. Smith, and the legendary Kenny Arthur will take you the rest of the way. Welcome to the Waxahachie Autoplex pregame show, brought to you by the Argyle Eagles Booster Club. My name is Blake Jones, and I'll be your host for tonight's show. The number one team in 4A, Argyle, drew the North Dallas Bulldogs in round one of playoffs after the Eagles go undefeated in the regular season, winning their 12th straight district crown. They had to put their home winning streak on the line against the Bulldogs after North Dallas agreed to play at Argyle Stadium on Thursday night. Argyle hasn't lost in front of the Argyle faithful at home since the first game of the 2012 season against Abilene Wiley, 44 home games ago. North Dallas wouldn't test the Eagles in the bi-district round of the playoffs, as Argyle sets a school record with 73 points in the first half. The Bulldogs couldn't stop the Eagles' offense and couldn't get out of their own way on offense, turning the ball over 4 times. Special teams would cash in as well, with a nice punt return from a sophomore.
Come after this punt, there's a knuckleball punt that will be fielded by Sutton Lee at the 30. He's going to bounce it outside. He's got some nice blocking, and he's down the sideline. He could go. He's to the 30, 20. No one's going to catch him. 10, 5, touchdown. 70-yard punt return. Sophomore Sutton Lee. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
And tired Sutton Lee would have to hold the point after attempt as well on the next play. So special teams MVP of the night goes to Sutton Lee. Our upcoming player spotlight guest didn't play too much because the game got out of hand quickly. But when he was in there, Tito Bice made an impact.
And here's Tito Bice again on the right side. He's got a huge hole inside the 20, 10, 5, Argyle Eagle touchdown. Running down the right hash mark. 32-yard touchdown run. Tito Bice, Eagles strike first. 6 on the board for Argyle.
Argyle soars in round one. Here's Kenny to wrap this thing up.
And this ball game is over, and the Argyle Eagles are 2020 Class 4A Division I Region II by-district champions. But our final score, Argyle 79, North Dallas nothing.
Argyle will face the Stephenville Yellow Jackets for the 4th year in a row. Stephenville got the better of the Eagles in the playoffs in 2018, but Argyle has won the last of the 3 meetings. Stephenville will enter the area round of playoffs 6-5, but they have played a brutal schedule, playing 7 top 10 teams in just 12 games after they play Argyle on Thursday night at Globe Life Park. For more info on the Yellow Jackets, let's speak with their head coach, Sterling Doty. All right, it is time now for the CNN Mortgage Scouting Report, and on the phone line with us today is Stephenville head coach Sterling Doty. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Of course. It's always good talking to you again. We got to speak twice last year as these two teams met twice in 2019, and here we are in the weird 2020 as it is. But the first thing I'd like to do is congratulate you for playing your full 10-game schedule. There aren't a lot of teams out there that can say that.
No, sir, there's not. And I just attribute that to our administration and having a great plan in place, and our local health officials of being able to, really work our way through this interesting year, like you said. And, we've been able to limit exposure by just following our protocols. And so, just very blessed to be here and get all 10 of our games in and get our first playoff win in last week. Was exciting for our group. And, just looking forward to this great matchup come over at Globe Life on Thursday.
Did you ever think we'd get here? What was your confidence level back in August?
Man, I tell you what, my wife calls me an eternal optimist. I knew that I knew that we'd have a great chance to get it done, and we just kept our head down and just stayed the course. And really, we've been ever since we opened back up in June with our strength and conditioning workouts. I felt pretty good about it. Later, it felt like going into July, for whatever reason, we hit a little dip there, and the future was unknown. But we came out of it strong, and kind of got going. And then you see all the stats that THSCA and the UIL and the Campbells and everybody put out there. Was just the percentage of games played across the state, and just how awesome it was. So we got a lot of, early good momentum there. And I think we've carried it through and looking to finish strong and, for sure to crown champions in 1A through 4A. So we're blessed to be able to get that done.
So we talked a lot about your background and your history last year on the podcast. So if anyone has missed that, go back to last year's chat with Stephenville coach Sterling Doty. You've got an awesome story. Graduated from Stephenville, went up to West Point, coached at Houston, and you're back here at your alma mater at Stephenville. You've always wanted to be a high school football coach, but here in 2020, it's like you've got to be, team health official and protocol enforcer, and it's certainly not the hand that you wanted to be dealt, but showing that your team played the full 10-game schedule, you guys did a lot right, and you have a lot to be proud for over there. But, Coach, last time we spoke, you had just gotten back to your alma mater. You had just gotten hired at Stephenville. Now that you're a year and a half in, is it everything that you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's been great. It's a great community. They love their Yellow Jacket football and their honeybee sports. It's a really good place to be. Got good administration here on campus that understand and value extracurriculars and understand the importance and how we're creating, young men and young women to go out in the world and be successful. And so it's a great place to live and raise a family. Blessed to be back here in what we call the City of Champions. And, this season, we got a really good football team. And we played some really good folks, going back to, our non-district schedule with Sweetwater, Lampasas, Salado, Melissa, and Dumas. I mean, you sit there and look at it. Those teams, I think, are something like 43-4. Had a couple COVID cancellations, or they'd be 46-4. Between those four teams, and so we really battled through a lot and came out of that 2-3. And then, of course, our district slate, we knew what it was, and it's kind of like what you guys got with Melissa and Paris being a really strong district. Ours was with Midlothian Heritage coming out on top, and Waco La Vega is always strong and tough, and they got some momentum with the quarterback back, and then followed up with your rival there in Brownwood, and so we had a really good district schedule there, and we were in some close ball games and ended up on the wrong side of them, but we learned a lot. Hopefully we progressed, and we took it, played really well there against Benbrook in the first round, all three phases, and able to get some young kids in, so that always is a good thing. And then now we'll go ahead and just add Argyle to the list of the teams that we played this year that are so dominant. And so we look forward to playing over there at Rangers Field and playing the great squad of Todd Rogers.
Absolutely. This is Stephenville head coach Sterling Doty on with us. And Coach, I know you graduated from Stephenville in 2001. And I don't know if you've seen this, but the UIL's 100-year anniversary is this year, so they've come out with 100 of the best teams in Texas high school football history, and there's a couple Stephenville teams on there. The 1993 and the 1994 Stephenville teams are on that list, which, of course, begs the question, which team was better?
Well, I really want to go back and say, I was blessed to be a part of 98, 99. teams, under Coach Browse, and man, played with some phenomenal kids. It's such just great football teams, and we're so close, and allowed us to go out there and play so well together. So a little disappointed they didn't make the list. Now the 93, 94 teams, 93 started it all out. Had a great quarterback there in Brandon Stewart, had a young Jason Bragg, and then a really, really talented group of juniors, that set the tone for them and, really kicked it off and won the first title. I think probably the most dominant team had to be the 94 squad. Out of all the championships, the 12 team included in that, I think the 94 group, just their body of work had to be probably arguably the best team to come out of Stephenville.
But your 99 squad is up there with him.
Yeah, I think so. In 98, Kellen Luker, the quarterback, and set the national record for yards in a season, 8,664, and Cody Cardwell, the great receiver. Zach Hunter had some dominant offensive and defensive linemen, and then the 99 team, with Kendall Browse there at quarterback, and Zach Hunter, they're continue to be our running back, and again, just great offensive and defensive lines, and just really both of those teams really deep, and so just it was a great time to grow up and be a Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, it's a fun list that they put together. Everybody trying to see where their hometown ranks on that list, and it's been pretty cool to see all the history behind some of those teams as well. Coach, you mentioned earlier in this interview, game is Thursday at Globe Life Park. Are you a big baseball guy? Walking into the stadium, are you going to get a little goosebumps?
Man, I tell you, our athletic director and I, his name is Jared Womack, we grew up coaching my first job out of college there and at Abilene Cooper, and Jared was a young coach, and so our families grew up together, and we had the ability to drive into Arlington every summer and go watch the Rangers play. Just kind of a tradition we started, and so I enjoy watching baseball and look forward to of course, had those memories of those trips and always going every year to the ballpark. But I'm looking to see how we can transform it into a football field, and just going to be a great venue for both teams, and just a great atmosphere that would be a great experience that our kids won't forget.
Yeah, very interested to see how football plays inside that stadium. Obviously, a ton of history there. There was 2 World Series there. It's going to be very neat and a very cool experience for the kids. And, it's always a cool experience when these two teams meet. I swear we've played Case and Phillips for 6 years now over here in Argyle. It seems like these two teams really get to know one another. And it's what Friday night, or in this case, Thursday night lights are all about. And, Coach, I really appreciate your time. Best of luck on Thursday night. And, have fun in that stadium.
Yeah, I tell you what, too, just real quick, it feels like I've just been here, of course, 2 seasons, but feel like Zach Stewart and Cole Kirkpatrick and
right.
Tito Bice, Jack Tucker, all them dudes, it seems like that we've been playing them for a long time. And still, and the great quarterback that y'all got this year, CJ, he's had such a phenomenal year. Coach Rogers and his staff, and Coach Rudolph, Coach Bachtel, and they do just such a great job. And it's just such a deep, deep football team, with so many kids there on the sideline and so many talented kids that are able to get in the football game and continue to make plays. And so, y'all just got another great team, and we look forward to matching up with you on Thursday.
Yeah, a lot of mutual respect on the sidelines this Thursday night. Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you to Coach Doty for his time. All right, coming up after the break, let's hear from Coach Rogers and his weekly flyover.
Hello, neighbors, and welcome to another season of Argyle Eagles Sports. This is Jolette Ryan, owner of the Remax North Texas team located here in Argyle. And although my own Eagles have left the nest, like you, we are ready for some football. As a parent, I pray your children are healthy and safe and trust the faculty and coaches. Once again, it is our honor to serve as an all-sports sponsor for Argyle Sports, which for us is an annual labor of love. Remember, support our teachers, our teams, our first responders, and police. Come to the Remax North Texas team. We are ready to serve all of your real estate needs.
Hey, Eagle fans, are you tired of all the clutter? Do you have a spare room overflowing with decorations? How about a 2 or 3 car garage that you can't even park in? Well, Argyle Storage is the answer. They offer drive-up and climate-controlled self-storage, along with several storage options for the boat and RV customer as well. They're located on 377, close to home on the north side of Argyle. Check them out online at argylestorageco.com. That's argylestorageco.com.
Time now for the weekly flyover, brought to you by the Waxahachie Autoplex. Coach, playoff win, big playoff win for you and your boys against North Dallas. In a game like that, you still have to show up, and your team did that, getting off to a ridiculous first half start where you put up 73 points. Had to be proud of the effort by your boys on Friday night, or last Thursday night.
Well, I think that our kids were, very motivated. They've been looking forward to this for several weeks now. We make a big deal out of making the playoffs. We make a big deal out of winning a district championship, and finally they got a little taste of it. It was a home contest. We had some scheduling issues with North Dallas in the DISD area, so they need to come out here on Thursday night. And it was a great victory for us, and allowed us to get some rest and also get some kids some reps in a hostile environment and prepare them for the next week.
I know you have big goals for this year, and you have for a while. So focusing on winning a district championship, winning a playoff game one at a time, is that just to keep those teenage brains grounded week by week?
Yeah, it's difficult for an adult. So you can't look too far ahead. I'm kind of the only one that looks far ahead in regards to scheduling and stadiums and things like that. I don't really share that information with staff or the kids. I just try to give them every opportunity to be present, stay in the now, and help their brains get there. So it's difficult for them. They can't work well like that.
Well, they grasped the moment in Week 1 against North Dallas. North Dallas, it was their first time in playoffs since 1952. It had been a while, and was that a reason, or was it just the kids over there? You seemed to go above and beyond to host North Dallas. Walk us through a few of the things that you did to make a hospitable environment here in Argyle.
Well, once their coach, Bobby Estes, shared with me they need to move to Thursday night, and he would come to Argyle if he needed to. We went all hands on deck. I wasn't sure, and he was unsure whether their cheerleaders were going to travel, their band's going to travel, which it was concerns for us as well the whole season. So our cheerleading coaches were able to decorate their lockers for them in the girls' field house. All the female athletes had to get out of there early so we could get all that done, and we had signs for their sidelines, and we fed them afterwards. I'm not real sure how much money is being put towards athletics over in Dallas ISD. I'm not saying it's good or I'm not saying it's bad, but it's a pretty inexpensive endeavor for us to have some hospitality. And I even know some of our fans, some of our parents of kids on our football team went over and sat on their sidelines, and just so there was more people in the stands. So it wasn't just me. There was a lot of moving parts. Booster Club was very encouraged to be able to participate in that manner, and I hope it was a wonderful experience for them.
Yeah, it was pretty touching. Seeing the kids line up for the pizza after the game, and I know that probably meant a lot to them because you're right. We're spoiled here in Argyle to some degree, but those kids, I'm sure it's something they won't forget, and that was very admirable by you and the parents and the Booster Club here at Argyle. I do want to talk about Tito Bice, and he's had a long road this year to get to where he needs to be for this playoff run. He hasn't had to go through the likes of Braden Baker, but anytime a kid has to go through, a season-ending injury and then try to rehab it to get back, I'm sure that's tough on you as a coach to see him personally go through that. But now that he appears to be, getting back to 100%, what does his presence mean on the field and off the field to you?
Well, our attitude all along was when he does come back, we have a fresh racehorse, and we have a very accomplished offensive line that's able to get out there and block for him. We just needed him to get his rhythm and his timing back and his confidence back and all those things. He went through a very catastrophic injury, just like Braden Baker did. And so there's just hurdles you got to get over mentally as well as physically to get back there. And I really feel like that's happening. And, we're welcoming him back at the right time of the year.
So round 2 is it's a battle with Stephenville. They come in with a 6-5 record. But Coach, whenever I say the program Stephenville, is there one game, maybe 2 games that come to your mind whenever we talk about Yellow Jackets football?
Oh, yeah. So, long before I was coaching at Argyle, I was watching what Art Briles was doing down in Stephenville. So that's my mindset of it. When we decided that we were going to play Stephenville, I was really shocked that a 6-5 record. They just got off to a slow start, but they're 5-2 in their last 7 games. So they're playing their best football at the right time of year. It's a team that has a lot of threats, and it's a typical Stephenville team. They do a lot of things, and they do a lot of things well. They're creative offensively, and they're tough and hard-nosed defensively.
I think of Cole Kirkpatrick in Mansfield whenever I think of Argyle Stephenville. That's just me, but that was an incredible performance by him a couple years ago. Coach, you mentioned watching Art Briles from afar. As a young coach, did you ever think one day, you'd be running a program battling the likes of Stephenville?
Not even close. That was a desire to be, to be a head coach and to be one and grow one and develop one. But I didn't have any perspective that it would be where it is right now. So yeah, I'm very proud of what we've accomplished here, and I think that if I'm a Stephenville kid, I look at Argyle like Todd Rogers probably looked at Stephenville many years ago.
The neat thing about these rivalries between schools like this is you remember kids, playing as a sophomore, then you see him again as a junior, then you see him again as a senior, like their running back. It's like, man, when is this kid going to graduate? We talked about the same thing. Coach Doty said the same thing about, he's really looking forward to Jack Tucker getting out of here because, these kids, they go through these battles. And, that's the neat thing is creating this rivalry of, man, hate is a bad word, but you're just ready for that other really good kid to go because you're tired of him killing you. But it's all a part of the fun of Friday Night Lights.
I think it is exactly. We look at their roster and we're amazed that some of those kids are still playing. It
Right.
does seem like they've been playing forever. And of course, they're really good players as young players, and then they hang around. Our program with the sophomores making contributions, their program with those sophomores making contributions 3 years ago, it's fun to see, and the kids follow each other on all the social platforms, and they're keeping track of each other, and it's fun to see. It's a battle. Geographically, it's going to happen like this. The state doesn't just seed everybody and you go play. It's everything's done geographically. So as long as you're winning and you're making the playoffs, stuff like this is going to happen. It's going to be one of those same old every years if your programs are rolling.
I don't know if it's the same for coaches, but I know as fans, it always makes the game mean that much more when you know who you're playing and can identify numbers and names. Coach, before I let you go, I do want to get your Rapid Med keys to the game against Stephenville in round 2.
As mentioned earlier, they're 5-2 in their last 7 games, and I think they're a team on the rise. Man, they're getting hot when the playoff time gets here, and they had a big win last week against Benbrook, and I think they're feeling very confident of themselves. I think that we have to stay present, and I think we've got to show up and be our dead level best offensively and defensively. We're kind of dinged up a little bit. We've had some, nagging injuries, and so we got to heal up and be able to assert ourselves with all the top players playing. I think that's the number one deal. All the top players have got to play to their ability, and all the young guys, need to play their supporting role like they have in the past. That's number 2 it's time to step up. It's playoff time in Texas, and they need to take some ownership in the direction of this team. And I think the third thing is we've been a team all year that's been really based on our offensive line success. And I think we got to get them blocked up. We've got to take some possessions down the field and eat the clock and put points on the board and give our defense a chance to get out there and stop them and get more opportunities for the offense.
Stephenville coming in at 6-5, however, playing 7 top 10 opponents. It should be a good one this Thursday night at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Coach, best of luck and appreciate your time.
Thanks, Blake.
Thanks, Coach Rogers. All right, one more break before I throw it to the guys for tonight's action.
The team at Noble Classic Homes, your local master home builder and remodeler, has been Argyle's premier home builder since 1998. We can assist you in building your dream home, remodeling, or even storm restoration. Noble Classic Homes has been selected by D Homes as best of the best home builders from 2011 through 2017 and best of Denton County every year since 2015. Visit our new office located at 9998 Hilltop Road in Argyle and check out our award-winning website at nobleclassichomes.com. Let us build the dream your family will call home. Go Eagles!
Hey, Eagle fans, need a place to store all your championship trophies and medals? Yellow Door Storage, located at I-35W in Crawford Road next to the new emergency hospital, is a brand new Class A facility with climate-controlled and drive-up units, fully enclosed boat and RV storage, and a state-of-the-art security system. Whether you're moving into a new home, reorganizing your garage, or expanding your business, Yellow Door Storage is the solution for you. When you need to store, think Yellow Door.
All right, that'll do it for me tonight. I'd like to thank Coach Doty and Coach Rogers for coming on the show. And I'd like to thank you for listening. And now let's go live to the 407 Barbecue Press Box, where Robert Hudgens, Andy A. Smith, and the legendary Kenny Arthur will take you the rest of the way.
Stephenville High School Marching Band with our national anthem. We are live at Globe Life Park in Arlington for tonight's Class 4A Division I Region 2 area round of the football playoffs, along with Robert Hudgens down on the sideline somewhere, roaming around. With Blake Jones producing, Andy Smith, I'm Kenny Arthur. Thanks so much for joining us. What a great night for football here at Globe Life Park. Yeah, a little strange being at the baseball stadium, but pretty neat deal they've got set up here, the way the football field looks. But man, we got to quickly get to some important things here real quick, and that's Andy Ace Smith with our Rapid Med Urgent Care keys to victory.
Thank you very much, Kenny. This is a fastball coming right at you. Rapid Med Urgent Care brings you tonight's 3 keys to an Argyle victory. Key number 1, stop Kason Phillips. The senior running back is a beast, one of the best running backs Argyle will see, one of the best offenses they'll see, but control him and they'll be in control. Key number 2 is to put stress on the Yellow Jacket defense. Make them cover the entire width of the field, go fast, and then open up a big old heaping can of some Tito Bice between the hasses. Key number 3, well, if you need something rapidly like we need it now, you go to Rapid Med Urgent Care. They'll get you well right away. If you need a key to victory, I called up Dr. Gomez and said, quick, I need a key to victory. He said, Andy, I'm your man. If Argyle scores more points tonight, they will win.
I don't know. I still don't know how he comes up with that kind of stuff. He's just so wise.
Well, he's a doctor, Mr. Smarty Doctor, human fixer guy.
Corbin Poston set to kick things off here. As Argyle won the toss, they elected to receive. They will travel from left to right in this first quarter. Corbin Poston will kick off and only takes a couple steps back, so he'll do the shorter pooch kick, but he'll kick it to the deep man. That's Hayden Stewart at the 19-yard line, running right toward the middle of the field. Got a big hole straight up the middle across the 40 out to the 45-yard line. And Argyle will have great starting field position in their own end, but at their own 46-yard line. And here's that starting offense for Argyle. It's C.J. Rogers at quarterback, throwing for 66% on the season, over 2,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions for the 6'3", 203-pound senior. Tito Bice at running back, averaging 9.3 yards a carry, 9 touchdowns in limited action this season. And we'll get to the rest of the starters here in just a moment. The only one that's a little different tonight will be Grant Chaney starting at tight end, in place of the injured Jasper Lott. CJ, play action, wants to throw on first down, and he will be sacked on first down. A blitz coming in there by Bryson Dill, the linebacker for Stephenville. A 9-yard loss back to the 36-yard line. Cole Kirkpatrick and Hayden Stewart, the wide receivers. Cash Walker in the slot, as I mentioned. Grant Chaney, the tight end. Blake Spence, the senior, is at center. Second down, handoff, Tito Bice running left. He's got a little bit of a hole there. He's going to get back close to the original line of scrimmage. A pickup of about 7 out to the 44 to leave a third down and 12. Nick Rubian and Austin Criswell, the guards for Argyle. Sheridan Wilson and Jack Tucker are the tackles defensively for Stephenville. Reese Young, Colton Akamazo, and Jaden Howard Smith are the linebackers. Third down and 12. Play action again. Good protection this time and thrown across the middle. Hayden Stewart has to reach out for it, but makes a great catch. But then he fumbles the football. Ball is rolling all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And I believe Argyle got on that football. We are at quite an awkward vantage point, by the way.
I believe that was Cole Kirkpatrick hustling down there.
Ends up being a gain of 45 in the ball all the way down to the 11-yard line, as Hayden was trying to make a juke move on one of the defenders, and the ball just got knocked out of his hands. Cole Kirkpatrick recovers it. Now handoff, Tito Bice running left. He's going to bounce it outside of the 5, inside the pylon. Argyle touchdown. 11-yard touchdown run. Tito Bice. Eagles strike first, 6 on the board for Argyle.
That's a big heaping can of Tito Bice right there. He just broke outside, hit the pylon, and got there in a hurry. And Argyle had a rare sack, and the first down was like a 9-yard sack. That was only the 3rd sack of the year given up by the Eagles. But, boy, they recovered quickly.
Caden Dotson for the extra point. Snap back from Logan May. Sutton Lee's hold is down, and the extra point is good. 10:39 to play in the first quarter. Argyle strikes quickly. It's 7-0 Argyle over the Stephenville Yellow Jackets. And real quickly, as we get ready for Stephenville to come out, we'll talk a little bit about their offense. Gavin Roundtree is the quarterback, 6'1", 160-pound senior. Kason Phillips is the running back, and he's going to run for a lot of yards. He has all season long, and he'll get a few tonight. So don't be too freaked out if you see Kason running free a little bit. Coy Aiken, Trace Morrison are the receivers. Reese Elston in the slot. Jackson Barkley, the tight end. Logan Davis and Zach Cavaria are the tackles. Gavin Sharp and Alex DeLeon, the guards. Mason Butchie is the center. And the Argyle defense that will be coming out. Up front, the big boys, Chase Bunnell, Darren Chapa, Ty Johnson up front. The linebackers for Argyle, Logan May, Grant Mirabal, Davis Elsey. The secondary, Caleb Murdoch and Jet Copeland are the corners. Will Ramsey, Zach Stewart, Hunter Roberts, the safeties in this 3-3-5 Argyle defense. That was quick.
Yeah, it was.
You didn't got to talk yet, hardly.
Well, I'm just watching what's happening. You know, it did occur to me, I think you're sitting where the great Eric Nadell used to sit and call Ranger games.
Yes.
And that was the Eagles just getting down the field in a hurry.
I've dreamt of sitting in this seat. Not necessarily to call a high school football game, but I'm going to enjoy that for sure. And this kickoff does go into the end zone over the head of Kason Phillips, and it will be a touchback out to the 25-yard line for the Yellow Jackets.
Did you notice Kason Phillips there trying to make a basket catch? Couldn't do it.
Willie May style, because he's going towards center field.
Going towards left center.
Mm-hmm. So we are kind of up behind home plate where this is located, which is the corner of the end zone, actually. So when they're at the opposite end of the field, we've got to have the binoculars going. Gavin Roundtree, the quarterback, you've probably heard his name the last couple of seasons during these games as a receiver. He's going to throw on first down, and he's ball's tipped and almost intercepted. Grant Mirabal tipped the football, and it looks like Jacob Robinson had a shot at it, and he dove but couldn't make the catch. That ball was intended for Aiken and falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You know, Grant Mirabal, the sophomore middle linebacker, has broken up now 4 passes. That's sort of unusual for your middle linebacker, but nearly caused a turnover.
2nd down and 10 from the 25. Roundtree going to roll to his right. He will run. Oh, he does throw it right into the arms of Grant Mirabal. Interception. Argyle interception. I'm not sure exactly who Roundtree was throwing to, but it goes right between the 3 and the 2 of Grant Mirabal's jersey. And the first turnover of the game goes to Argyle. 1st and 10, Eagles inside the 25, the 23 of Stephenville.
Well, like you said, Roundtree, he just threw a heater right to Mirabal, who scooped it up. Nice play. I'm going to give you a drive summary here in just a moment once we catch our breath. Boy, the Eagles have come out on fire.
Because, by the way, this Stephenville offense can move the football. There's no doubt about that. Most of the games they've lost have been something like 56-49. Rogers wants to throw on first down. He's going to go deep. Double coverage over there, but it is incomplete. Intended for Cole Kirkpatrick, and that's what CJ does. He just kind of expects Cole to go up and get it. And maybe we can get in a quick drive summary here with Andy Ace Smith.
Well, you bet we can. CNN Mortgage brings you this drive summary. In the opening drive, Argyle goes 54 yards. Hayden Stewart with a big kickoff return and then a 45-yard catch. And then Tito Bice takes it the rest of the way. 4 plays, 54 yards, 1 minute, 21 seconds. 7-0 Argyle.
Tito Bice gets a handoff here on 2nd and 10, breaks a couple of tackles, and has nice yardage. Looks like he might be stopped at the line of scrimmage, but finally Colton Akamazo brings him down after a pickup of about 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Argyle. Tito to the left of CJ Rogers, 2 receivers right, 1 left for the Eagles this time. And CJ's going to throw. He's under pressure with a blitz, and he's just going to throw it away. He actually threw the ball towards someone, but he threw it so quickly I don't think the receiver had even turned around. That was Cash Walker. I don't think he'd even turned around. So it'll be 4th down and 3 for Argyle with the ball at the 17-yard line.
Argyle 45% this season on 4th down, 5 out of 11. A lot of pressure being put on CJ Rogers here in the early going.
Well, Stephenville is definitely, they will blitz. They are not scared to bring the house, and sometimes they get burned, but they'll get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. 15 sacks on the season for the Yellow Jackets. Here comes the pressure again. CJ's got to get it out quickly, and it is caught tiptoe on the sidelines, and a great catch by Cash Walker. CJ hit after he throws the football, but that's a 1st down for Argyle.
Big-time players have to step up, and so far that's been the case. What a catch from Cash.
Tito Bice, he bounces in, cuts it.
Can of corn. I'm excited. That's a big-time game here at the ballpark at the Temple. And Tito Bice, his 2nd touchdown of the night. What a block on that side by Jack Tucker, too.
And the extra point by Caden Dotson is good. 9:41 to play in our first quarter. Argyle with 14 corns of can. Stephenville, nothing so far. We'll be right back with more Argyle football after this message from the University Interscholastic League.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Texas did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Kaysen Phillips for Stephenville will make the fair catch on the kickoff, and they'll bring that to the 25-yard line. where they'll have it 1st and 10, will the Stephenville Yellow Jackets. And finally, let's check in down on the sideline with the great Robert Hudgens. Roberto, what's the Chick-fil-A on 407 mood on the sideline?
Well, thanks, Kenny. The mood down here, you know what? I tried talking to these guys early on. They weren't going to talk to me. They were focused. They were ready to go. Of course, after that first sack, you could tell they were angry, and you can tell by the way they've come out and played. So it's crazy. They're hyped up. They're ready to go. They're not going to let something like what happened in the first play happen again.
Run off left tackle here for Kason Phillips on 1st down, and he gets 5 yards to the 30-yard line. 2nd down, 5. And after this next play, we'll get us a drive summary. 2nd down, 5 for the Yellow Jackets. 3 receivers right, 1 left. And it's going to be a handoff to Phillips again. He's going to make a nice move to the left. He's got running room. He's got across the 40, cuts it outside to the 45. And finally, Jacob Robinson, it looks like, runs him out of bounds at the 49-yard line. A 19-yard pickup that time for Phillips. And here's Andy Ace Smith with that drive summary.
Well, Grant Mirabal set it up with an interception. The Eagles go 23 yards. Took them 46 seconds, 5 plays for the touchdown. 14-0 Argyle. And thanks to Dave and Kathy Salisbury for the real estate station for sponsoring that drive summary.
Reed Atkins in at linebacker for Argyle. Now they're wanting to throw. Roundtree. That's a covered sack if they can bring him down. He's going to tiptoe down the sidelines and might have got back to the original line of scrimmage as he was under some pressure there by Davis Elsey and Grant Mirabal, and he actually might get a yard right to the midfield stripe to leave 2nd down and 9. But a nice job by the Argyle secondary to have everybody covered up.
Yeah, well, Stephenville hasn't seen the new Argyle defense, and there's a perfect example. Little zone coverage, nobody open. Roundtree scrambling for his life.
Play action to Phillips, and this time he gets it out to Coy Aiken, who had made a nice move inside and got Rand Nash kind of turned around a little bit, and that will be a nice pickup inside the 40-yard line to the 39, and a Stephenville 1st down.
Quick shout out if you don't mind, because it's bedtime up in Oklahoma City. So shout out, hello, Paige, Ella, and Brandon, along with Bradley and Sally. Now go to bed.
11-yard gain on that last play, and same thing again. And Nash again was kind of going inside, and Coy Aiken's going to make you do that. There's some great athletes on this Stephenville team, and so it's a little bit different than North Dallas a week ago. That's a 12-yard pickup there for Stephenville, and a 1st down. Aiken on the season had, coming in tonight, averaging 17 yards a catch. 47 times he's caught the football this year, and Argyle's going to take the timeout here to get this figured out a little bit, I suppose, with 8:50 to play here in our 1st quarter, and Argyle leading 14-0. And Andy, I would love to know who's bringing us the 1st quarter.
Well, I would love to tell you that tonight's 1st quarter is made possible by the generous support of Brian McClarty and 407 Barbecue, Bill Utter Ford, State Farm agent Matt Ports, Will Woods with Magnolia Realty, 5th Gear Automotive, Brian and Shelley Stone from Shout Out Promotions, Brian Conister with Cardinal Financial, Dr. David Dyer with Argyle Orthodontics, and our title sponsor and the sponsor of tonight's pregame show, Wes and Lisa Spence with Waxahachie Autoplex.
I want to say thanks to Cinch Cleaners as well for bringing us this uniform update, so you'll know. I know we're not on the YouTube or the Facebook or whatever tonight, so Argyle in their white jerseys, red numerals outlined in black pants, black helmets with the silver eagle feather. Stephenville in their navy blue jerseys and pants, yellow numerals, and blue helmets. And Kason Phillips straight ahead inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. That's a pickup of right at 10 yards and just enough for a Stephenville 1st down, as they are moving the football, averaging 400 and what are they averaging on the season? 465 yards a game offensively. So definitely got to pay attention to this Stephenville offense.
It's a critical drive for them to try to answer. 14 points down, not even halfway through the 1st quarter.
Here's Phillips again. Riley Van Poppel and Michael Madry wrap him up after a pickup of only about a yard and a half or so this time to the 15. So we'll call it 2nd down and 8.
Think about Kason Phillips, 5'10", 180-pound senior, 3-year starter. He is fast, he is very strong, but his vision is exceptional. He'll see holes that normal running backs don't see.
Ethan Gonzalez also in on the defensive front for Argyle. Play 8 of this drive, 2nd down and 8 from the Argyle 15-yard line. Snap back to Roundtree for Stephenville. He's going to throw the fade toward the end zone, and that ball is caught Trace Morrison, the senior, 15-yard touchdown pass from Gavin Roundtree, and the Yellow Jackets are on the scoreboard.
Well, that's just a great catch. We were going to talk in the pregame show a little bit about the triplets that Stephenville has, and that's their running back Phillips, their quarterback Roundtree, and their wideout Morrison. All three seniors, all 3-year starters, and all big-time playmakers, and Morrison catches his 11th touchdown of the season.
Corbin Poston for the extra point, and it is good. 7:48 to play in the first quarter. It's now Argyle 14, Stephenville 7. Back with more Eagle football in just a moment.
The Real Estate Station, Argyle's first and only privately owned real estate office since 1986, wants to say thank you. We know you have a choice when it comes to trusting a professional to meet all of your real estate needs. We at the Real Estate Station love Argyle, and we are your neighbors. All of our team lives here. We're also members of the Eagle family. We value investing in our community and helping make Argyle great. Speaking of great, we're proud to cheer on our Argyle Eagles, and with everyone's support, they can accomplish anything. We'd love to meet you. Dave and Kathy Salisbury and the Real Estate Station team.
Hey Argyle folks, want 100% employee pricing on a new set of wheels? Then get to Waxahachie Autoplex today. Owners Wes and Lisa Spence are proud parents of number 78 Blake Spence. So whether you need a new Ford, Dodge, Jeep, or Nissan, you'll find the best selection of new and pre-owned cars and trucks. Wes doesn't play games with the sales staff. In fact, he'll deliver the car and sign the paperwork on your kitchen table. Tell him you heard about it from us. Great selection, service, and price. That's what Waxahachie Autoplex is all about.
And Hayden Stewart will fair catch this kickoff. Argyle the football at the 25-yard line. And how about Stephenville drive summary, Andy Ace Smith?
Well, this drive summary brought to you by Jolette Ryan Shavy at Remax North Texas. 8 plays, 75 yards, 153 off the clock. 14-7 Argyle now, 7:48 to go in the first.
We knew Stephenville would move the football, averaging over 460 yards a game, but they're also giving up 417 a game. That's been their downfall. Here's a little inside toss for Argyle, so zoom sweep to Cole Kirkpatrick. And Cole will have a nice gain out across the 30 to the 32-yard line, a 7-yard pickup for the senior wide receiver.
That'll be a completed pass for CJ. Out in front was Tito Bice. Nice block.
2nd down and 3. Tito to the right of CJ. Handoff to him. Sutter steps a little bit. Ooh, and he gets his legs taken out from under him right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job coming up there to make the stop. I believe that was Reese Young, the linebacker, to be 3rd down and 3.
Stephenville on a linebacker stunt. He just picked the perfect gap. Sheridan Wilson had a beat on him, but he got there before Sheridan could block him.
3rd down and 3, and looks like some movement there, and it's going to be a free play. And just going to throw it deep there is C.J. Rogers, but he was under a little bit of pressure, and so didn't have a chance to get that ball up in the air. That's what's different, Andy, if you will, about Stephenville. All those teams that jump like that and Argyle's a free play, they kind of don't know what to do. Stephenville just keeps running at you. They want to hammer you in the mouth if they can.
Those are some tough kids out there, let me tell you. Stephenville is, they've won 5 state titles in their history. They're expected to be good. What you have here is a good mix of senior leadership, too. You've got some starters, that have been playing for a number of years now that are seniors, and they've filled it in with some pretty talented underclassmen. And they're showing it. Actually, one of the surprises so far tonight is the pressure that Stephenville's getting on Argyle, forcing CJ to get rid of that ball in a hurry.
Waiting here to figure out what 2 fouls. Offsides. There was a second. Oh, that was declined. The offsides will be declined. So we also had a roughing the quarterback.
I'd take that one.
Yeah, we'll take that. That's a 15-yarder. So.
Well, you said it. They knew that they had offsides called on them, but they said, doesn't mean we're not going to come hit you. And they kind of crossed the line and hit CJ a little bit late. And that's a big break for Argyle. Trying to answer after 14 unanswered points from the Eagles, and then Stephenville comes right back down the field quickly in a hurry and gets back on the board to make it a 1-score game, but Argyle now trying to hold serve.
So they now have the football up at their own 47-yard line. And here is a handoff to Tito Bice running behind Austin Criswell. Grant Cheney A nice block there. He'll get into Stephenville territory to the 49-yard line. So a pickup of about 4 that time for Tito. It'll be second down at 6.
Take a 4-yard gain on first down. I think Tito had his eyes on much more. He hesitated a minute. You hesitate, you're going to get tackled by Stephenville.
Here's the delayed handoff this time. And Tito will have a first down at the 41-yard line. 8-yard pickup that time for Tito.
You might have heard us say before, Tito's been on a pitch count. He's not on a pitch count tonight. He's player spotlight guest in this week's Eagles Nest podcast. Really fascinating story from Tito. Fascinating player tonight.
Hand off to Tito once again, breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, gets into the secondary, and Reese Young will wrap him up there, but not till he gets inside the 35-yard line. And so about a 7-yard gain that time for Tito. It'll be second down and 3.
Well, Tito almost always breaks the first tackle. That time he broke the tackle of the leading tackler of Stephenville. It was over 100 tackles so far, but no problem for Tito. It's the Tito Bice show right now in the first quarter for Argyle.
Second down and 3, and somebody wasn't ready or did something wrong, and Blake Spence looks like he's mad at himself, so maybe it was him that snapped the ball before C.J. Rogers was ready for it, but there's a false start.
Yeah, just a little dribbler back to the quarterback.
I do that sometimes on my pillow.
Well, like it just kind of it goes off the edge of your bat.
Yeah.
Just a little dribbler you didn't really mean to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the bunt that really wasn't a bunt.
Well, there was a
swinging
bunt, but it was kind of a more of a, miffed bunt,
I
if
got
you will.
it. I got it. That'll move Argyle back, make it second down and 8. Clark listening with the family up in Michigan.
What's up, Clark?
Second down and 8. Play action this time. CJ's going to throw. The ball's hit at the line of scrimmage. As CJ had some time that time to throw the football, but nice job by the defensive front there for Stephenville to knock that down. Might have been Kevin Bowery, the defensive end. He goes 6'4". So it'll be third down and 8 here for Argyle.
Argyle 1 for 1 on third down so far tonight. 1 for 2 tonight. And there's a flag down on the play while the officials have a conference. That time CJ was looking left. He had Cash Walker and Ward McCullum both about 25 yards downfield, and on the other side was Cole Kirkpatrick. So clearly the Eagles were trying to go deep, but the underneath was wide open. So look for the Eagles to maybe sneak a tight end downfield or do a little wheel route. The middle of the field was wide open that time. CJ didn't really have time to survey the field very much. Again, under heavy pressure all night.
Let's see if we can find the call here.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 12. The ball be placed in the spot of the foul. That foul also carries a loss of down.
Well, that pass looked like it went end over end.
Well,
and it wasn't, CJ doesn't throw a knuckleball.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was either the tip of the line of scrimmage or it slipped out of his hand. Robert, you down there? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did, and it appeared to be a hit. He doesn't throw a pass like that. He was hit, or his arm was hit as it was going. That is not an intentional grounding.
He wasn't even really under pressure. There was no pressure, so it's a strange call there, and Coach Rogers not a fan of the call.
I'm not either.
Third down and about 14 now. And here's the slant, and that ball is caught, and that will be a first down inside the 30. And then going backwards and cutting it outside, but Ward McCullum's got it now. He's got some room on the left side. To the 10, 5, Argyle touchdown.
And
what a great move by Ward McCullum. 53-yard touchdown pass. CJ to McCullum, 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Oh my goodness. Way to go, Ward McCullum. He ran that underneath route. But if they show a replay here at Globe Live, or you guys have a chance to maybe see it, check out the block from Cole Kirkpatrick. What do you call when you put syrup and butter on something floury and round? You call that a pancake, and that was the pancake of all time right there. That was a pancake of the century.
Dotson's extra point is good. 5:31 to play first quarter. It's Argyle 21, Stephenville 7. Back with more Eagle football in just a moment.
Hello, Hello, Eagle fans. This is Joe Bartram with CNN Mortgage. We are a privately owned mortgage lender since 1997, offering financing options designed for your family needs. CNN Mortgage is a proud sponsor of the Argyle Eagles. We have expanded and we invite you into our office right here in Argyle or our main office in Grapevine. CNN Mortgage is an active member of the community, so mention this ad and receive $550 towards the cost of your appraisal when we finance your next home. If you have dreams, we have solutions. CNN Mortgage is a licensed mortgage lender in the state of Texas. NMLS number is 148530. Joe Bartram's NMLS number is 1010778. Go Eagles!
407 Barbecue is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles. Named the very best barbecue in all of DFW several times over, 407 Barbecue offers an array of award-winning smoked meats, including mouth-watering brisket and rib. If you're brave enough, try to tackle on your own Spudzilla. No plate is complete without one of their world-famous sides either. And don't get out the door until you round out your trip with a bowl of Grandma's banana pudding. 407 Barbecue is family-owned and operated by your neighbors right here in Argyle. See their menu and catering options online at 407bbq.com or see for yourself at I-35W exit 407. 407 Barbecue.
That kickoff goes out of the end zone for the touchback. 5:31 to play in our first quarter. Argyle leading 21-7. And wait, do we have drive summary? Andy Ace Smith.
Storage and Jeff Bassinger bringing this drive summary. The Eagles answer.
Well out of bounds towards the cheerleaders for Argyle on the sideline. Let's see if Paige Arthur made the catch over and makes a catch. This time and there's a flag down as Jet Copeland ran Coy Aiken out of bounds and kind of flung him out of bounds, but he never even tackled him.
I think he might have got him up near the helmet, and they're going to get a face mask, I think.
That's it.
But, boy, the Yellow Jackets and Roundtree are just eating Argyle up on that. Out.
Yes. Player grabbed the shoulder pads.
Can you do that?
So I think he's saying the player grabbed the shoulder pad instead of the face mask or whatever. So
we're just supposed to figure out that that's not a penalty.
Not a penalty. Yeah, I don't think he said it's not a penalty.
But anyway, that play has worked, particularly with Aiken over here. Like you had said, 800 yards receiving coming into this game, but the Eagles have had no answer for that out pattern.
There's a handoff to Kason Phillips, and he's wrapped up. It's maybe a yard. Riley Van Poppel, one of the first ones in on the stop for Argyle. And it'll be gain of a yard is all. Second down and 9.
Robert's got a good view of the trenches down there, and that's a battle right now. The Eagles are holding their own here on this possession, keeping Kason Phillips in check.
Second down and 9, and Phillips will bounce back to his left a little bit and get a few yards out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Davis Elsey comes from the outside linebacker spot to make that tackle, and a big play here for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Jackets scored on Phillips was just running wild, but see what goes on here on a 3rd down and 5?
3rd and 5 with 3 receivers right, 1 left for the Yellow Jackets. Look for that same pass to Aiken again. That's who they're going to throw to. And he's going to get it at the 46-yard line. That's a first down, 46 of Argyle. That is a first down for the Yellow Jackets. And you talked about the triplets or whatever they have, which is Trace Morrison, who leads the team with 947 yards receiving. But Aiken had 800 coming in almost. And right now he's tearing up the Argyle defense is number 2, Coy Aiken.
Yeah, same play, just a 10-yard out.
And here's Kason Phillips being patient, finding a hole, and he's off to the races. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Stephenville Yellow Jackets. Kason Phillips has scored a bunch of those in his career, and a 46-yard touchdown run here for number 15. And the Yellow Jackets have answered quickly as well.
Yeah, that's Kason Phillips' 27th touchdown on the season, getting up to about 1,600 yards rushing, but he and Roundtree both have accounted for it. Stephenville has scored this year and there.
Corbin Poston's extra point is good. 4:05 to play. We're still in the first quarter. It's Argyle 21, Stephenville 14 on AEBC Broadcasting.
Whether it's the heat of the preseason or the heart of the postseason, teams always get a little boost from playing at home. Speaking of, with your auto coverage, so score one for the home team. Talk to State Farm agent Matt Ports about big league savings for combining home and car coverage. Call State Farm agent Matt Ports today at 940-591-6644.
Feel like you never have any space to put things? Tired of your closet always looking cluttered, no matter how you try to organize it? Try Closets by Design. Have an expert out for a free consultation to have a look at your closet, garage, home office, pantry, anything, and they will build you a closet system that caters to your every need. Why go buy a basic cookie cutter piece of furniture when you can put in a system tailored specifically for your every need? Schedule your consultation today by calling 972-361-0010 or schedule it online at closetsbydesign.com. Imagine your home totally organized. Closets by Design.
Knox Goggins able to get the ball after it bounces. And, well, you never know on those short pooch kicks with the ball going end over end like that. And it kind of bounced forward. It checked up like Andy's pitching wedge. And but Knox Goggins able to get on it for Argyle. They'll have it at their own 29. But Andy's got us a drive summary, Mr. Andy Ace.
Yeah, a little kickoff. It was a short hop is what it was. But, well, Stephenville back-to-back 75-yard drives on consecutive possessions. And that time, 6 plays and 75 yards, 46-yard touchdown run. It's 21-4. 407 barbecue.
It's the first rush of the game, not by Tito Bice. It is Braden Baker who is in the ball game, and he gets the call, and he'll have a gain of 4 to about the 33-yard line to leave 2nd down and 6.
Well, the Eagles defense very many long runs this season. That's only the 4th run of over 30 yards they've allowed this season. The Eagles, though, are converting 72% of their 3rd downs.
Play action under a lot of pressure, and he's just going to loft it in the air is C.J. Rogers as he was under so much pressure and just over the stretched arms of a wide open Grant Chaney. And for the first time tonight, Argyle will have to punt the football.
Well, we talked about the middle of the field was wide open, and it was. The problem was C.J. didn't have any chance to get his feet set. He had to throw that off balance. You know, you see those shortstops go deep in the hole and they throw it off their back foot to first. It looked just like that.
Very similar, very similar.
But an error. I would say it was an error.
Argyle might be trying something different here as they move up close to the line of scrimmage, and Caden Dodson is barking out the signal. He was trying to get Stephenville to jump offside, and they are not going to jump offside, and the play clock is down to 1, and Argyle will get a delay of game penalty and still have to punt the football, so good discipline by Stephenville not to hide on the fake.
Offense, number 23, 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
Yeah, the Eagles shifted out of their punt formation. Looked like they might go for it, but I think Caden might want to get a little closer to the line of scrimmage because he was still about 7 yards back, but still, Stephenville, good discipline. They're a very well-coached football team.
Reese Elston stands back at his own 40-yard line to retrieve the punt of Caden Dodson. Good snap by Logan May, and the rugby-style kick is end over end. That's going to hit at the 40, and Elston's just going to get out of the way of it. It's going to continue to take an Argyle roll all the way down inside the 15, still rolling down to the 13-yard line, a 57-yard punt for Reese Elston, and no return with 2:50 to play here in the first quarter, and Argyle leading 21-14. But Andy, last couple of possessions, Argyle hasn't had the ability to stop the Stephenville offense.
Well, it's one play. It's that out. It's like a basically snap it to the quarterback and he throws it, and Elston's over here to make the catch. That 57-yard punt by Caden Dodson was a season long for the junior. Amphibious kicker, you say? Is that what you call it?
That's what we're going to call it.
Kicks with both feet, amphibious.
So ball on their own 13-yard line this time for the Yellow Jackets.
Wouldn't mind a turnover here if you're an Argyle fan.
Roundtree, though, plenty of time to throw. He's going to throw it across his body, and that ball was caught and dropped, and they're going to say incomplete. The back judge will. Cody Aiken is the one that caught that football. Actually thought he made a great catch, but then couldn't hang on to it. Be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he had the ball in his hands at the hash mark about 10, 15 yards down the field, but he had it in the air when his feet hit the ground. He dropped it. It was a break for Argyle. But again, really very little pressure being put on Roundtree right now, but that's largely because he's getting rid of the ball so quickly.
2nd down and 10. Claps his hands together, hands it off to Phillip. No, he's going to keep it on the read option is Roundtree, and a nice job by Davis Elsey to stay home and make that stop after a pickup of about 2 is all.
Yeah, Gavin Roundtree can run the ball. He averages 6.3 yards a carry, 641 yards rushing, 12 touchdowns, so he's definitely a dual threat. And the threat for the Eagles right here is to see if they can force a punt for the first time tonight.
3rd down and 8. Roundtree back to throw. He is going to throw, and that ball is caught by Trace Morrison, and that will be enough for a first down right on the sidelines, just in front of Hunter Roberts, who was on the coverage at the 25-yard line.
Davis Elsey came on a blitz. He did a little loop inside, but couldn't get to the quarterback in time. And Roundtree is just putting the ball right on the money where only his receiver can catch it, and they're making plays.
8-yard pickup on that play. They needed 7. It's a first down. Roundtree, again, plenty of time to throw. Now rolling out to his left, and he finally finds a receiver, and it's almost intercepted. Went through the outstretched arm of Reed Atkins and falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Things that the Eagles have done all season is they'll rotate all 3 defensive linemen, and they just made a shift change, line change, if you will. Michael Madry and Riley Van Poppel and Ethan Gonzalez now in up front for the Eagles.
Logan May coming on the blitz.
And a middle linebacker will need to be on the game here, reading the hole, staying in his spot. Big 3rd down here.
Stephenville will check to the sideline to get the play call.
3rd down in what, 9, 8, 9, something like that?
3rd and about 8.5, we'll call it. Roundtree back to throw again. He's got some time. Now he's going to roll to his left. He's going to tuck it like he's going to run. Eagle Booster Club broadcasting.
Over 65 years and still growing, at Bill Utter Ford, we'll help you find the perfect car, truck, or SUV with our always utterly affordable prices. Bill Utter Ford is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles, and together we are flying high over North Texas. Bill Utter Ford, a Denton County tradition for over 65 years. Visit us today or see us online at BillUtterFord.com.
You're gonna like the way we treat you, Bill Utter Ford.
Buying or selling a home is likely your greatest investment. Lori Jacobson, broker of DFW Legacy Real Estate Group, believes in making the process easy and simple for your family. Whether you're moving into your forever home in Argyle or a first-time buyer, Lori is dedicated to making sure all of her clients walk away from the transaction satisfied. If you want the best, call Lori Jacobson, D Magazine's best real estate agent in 2019 and 2020. Lori wants to encourage all the Argyle Eagles to leave a legacy on and off.
Football state championships this December. Want some more information on that? Go to uiltexas.org. 1st and 10. The snap goes through Roundtree's hands. He's just going to take off running, and now he's going to look to throw it away, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Nice job by Roundtree to be able to get away from the Argyle defenders there and just throw the football away to make it 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and a mile and a half Mansfield.
Yeah, no question. Really kind of a bad snap went over his head, but Roundtree scooped it up, spun it around, dashed down to the kind of towards first base and threw it out into foul territory over there. I think that's section 37.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, somewhere you're pretty close. 2nd down and 10 from the 36 for Stephenville. Play action, and now here comes Ty Johnson, some pressure, but he cannot keep up with Roundtree, and Roundtree will take off running and get across the 40. We'll mark him out of bounds at about the 41-yard line, about a 5-yard gain for Roundtree to leave 3rd down and 5 here. And hey, Robert, we're going to check in Robert down on the sideline. And as Andy said, what in the world's going on? I think he's talking to somebody.
Okay.
He's chit-chatting with somebody.
Well, what is helping?
He's a social butterfly.
Argyle has taken that out route away, and so that first option that Roundtree has been so successful on in the first quarter hadn't been there, forcing him to look for other receivers who aren't open.
4 receivers this time for the Yellow Jackets, no tight end, 2 to either side. Roundtree's going to hand it, though, to Kason Phillips. And he's looking for some running room, and he's only going to have about a yard on the left side. Gets wrapped up by Davis Elsey. And be 4th down now and about 3 for Stephenville.
So if you think you go for it on your own 33-yard line with 4th and 3, you probably ought to go for it on the 43-yard line.
But they're not.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a gut feel thing, but here we have the swinging gate punt formation.
Ah, okay.
You don't see that every day.
Trace Morrison is the punter, so a really good athlete there, and I'm sure.
Yeah.
And Stephenville, though, is the one confused on their own punt formation, and they call timeout.
Well, it actually is an interesting idea, because if you put Morrison back there, it's just him in the center and then 9 players over here on the sideline. That leaves 2 Eagles to defend a really good running back who could break 1 tackle and he's off to the races.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this gives us an opportunity with 11:10 to play in the second quarter. Argyle leading 21-14 to find out who's bringing us our second quarter tonight.
I'll take that opportunity, Kenny, and I will tell you.
Ace.
Tonight's second quarter is made possible by the generous support of Lori Jacobson with DFW Legacy Real Estate Group, Lisa Hemby from Closets by Design, Noble Classic Homes, Sherry Brunson from Cinch Cleaners, Point Bank, Marge Bunn from the Snooty Pig, Jason and Shelley Wiley from Argyle Fine Arts Preschool, Minerva Consulting. Our sponsor tonight of the halftime program is Dr. Gomez and Rapid Med Urgent Care. But do you know who the real hero of everything here tonight is? That would be Miss Susie Vickery.
She's everybody's hero.
She makes it all possible and hardly gets any credit. But you're getting credit now, Miss Vickery. You are awesome. Thank you, Susie Vickery.
And Susie, Stephenville is coming back out in the offensive formation, and they're going to go for it here on 4th and 3.
Empty backfield, too.
Empty backfield, 2 receivers to either side, and they are stacked on each side.
I would think a little Gavin Roundtree here on a quarterback draw.
Freshman Crease Brister is checked in at the fullback spot. Now there's some pressure here coming from Davis Elsey. They're chasing Gavin Roundtree out. He's now looking to run, and he's going to turn it back inside, and he's going to find some running room. And there is a flag down. He's going to be stopped for a loss at the 34-yard line. And Reed Atkins is going to be slow to get up for Argyle. I think that's what the flag was. There was a blindside block against Stephenville.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gavin Roundtree took a loss of yardage, but I think he ran about 68 yards from hash to hash and then back again to the hash and then around to the side trying to cut it back to the middle of the field. And Reed Atkins.
Let's see what the official has for us here.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside block on the offense, number 79.
That's Gavin Sharp.
And
that penalty's declined. Ball goes over.
Well, that's Argyle. Basically, you go for it on 4th down like that and you stop it. That's like a turnover. Second turnover of the game. The Eagles are set up in business. We wouldn't say they've got runners in scoring position just yet, but they got the top half of the order coming up.
11-play drive for Stephenville that only got out to the, from the start of the 13, only gets out to the 39-yard line. That's where Argyle will have it. Reed Atkins, by the way, walks off under his own power. 1st down and 10 for the Eagles. Moving from right to left in this second quarter. C.J. Rogers at quarterback, 2 receivers right, 1 left for the Eagles. And it's going to be Tito Beisch running left. No, C.J.'s going to keep it. And he's going to throw it out to Cole Kirkpatrick, who's got some running room down the sideline. Cuts it inside. What a great move inside the 20. And he's finally run out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And a great move by Cole right at the 1st down marker to cut it back inside. And a 20-yard gain and a 1st down at the 19.
Well, in this playoff game last year, Cole Kirkpatrick with 5 touchdown catches to set a record, and he's setting some kind of records tonight.
Here's Tito Beisch, breaks 1 tackle, breaks a 2nd tackle inside the 10. He's going to have another 1st down, 11-yard pickup. He's finally drugged down from behind by Bowery, the defensive end, Kevin Bowery, who had come back from behind to make that step open. Reese Elston, the slot receiver, and there is a flag down. That might be offensive pass interference, or it could be a hold. And I actually noticed that watching a little film on them, that they could have been called for offensive pass interference 2 or 3 times that in the games I was watching against Midlothian Heritage, one of them, and they weren't called for it. So this official might have been paying attention. We'll see.
Did you talk to him?
I tell him no.
I think it was after the catch. It looked like they're just at the in less than a second.
Offense, number 2.
Yeah, pass interference.
The ball was caught beyond the line of scrimmage. There was blocking downfield.
Yeah,
15-yard penalty.
And that's what he's doing there.
Replay the down.
Coy's already blocking downfield, and before the ball is caught, if he can wait maybe 0.5 more seconds, it's a legal play, but he didn't. And you can't block before the ball's caught if it's downfield. Screen pass you can.
I'm having more fun now than I was just about a minute ago.
Because it's 2nd and 21.
Well, because now the penalty backed the Yellow Jackets up. But Roundtree, if you just watch or you're listening, he gets rid of that ball less than 2 seconds easily.
Snap back on 2nd down and 21, and Phillips is going to be tripped up. I'm not sure who did that. It might have been somebody's foot that he tripped over, but nevertheless, I'm going to give it to Chase Bonnell just because he was closest.
Good guess, more than likely.
So Spanky on the stop.
Right? If he wasn't, Zach Stewart had a bead on Phillips coming up from safety.
3rd down and 19 here for the Yellow Jackets, and Roundtree wants to throw. Elston's open right in the middle, wide open, and they get it to him. Argyle didn't see that he was wide open. He's going to get all the way to the Argyle 45-yard line. Still going to be a little short of a first down, but a 15-yard pickup, and it's going to leave 4th down and about 4.
Almost no doubt that the Yellow Jackets would go for it, down 2 scores in Eagles territory. But man, what tremendous pass blocking. There were a couple of white jerseys on the wrong side of the navy blue jerseys there. And there's a reason why I'm not a coach, because I don't bet money on high school games because that's illegal. But I would have bet if I did, I would have bet they were going to go for it, but no, not now.
You do have an all-state punter in Trace Morrison, but
absolutely.
He's not going to be able to kick it far because he wants to keep it inside, and he gets the punt away, and it is high. It is a spiral, and you see why he will be punting probably at the next level, but it's just bounces about a yard into the end zone for the touchback, a 45-yard punt, but only a net of 25.
Well, you hear it all the time here at the old ballpark. You get that ball up in the air, like that high, and it catches the jet stream, and it goes right out to the home run porch out there, which he nearly kicked it into.
6:59 to play here at second quarter. Argyle leading 28-14 with Robert Hudgens and Andy Smith. I'm Kenny Arthur, Blake Jones twisting and tweaking. And Robert, let's come down and talk to Robert down there a little bit. Hey, Robert, after that crazy fast start, things have kind of calmed down a little bit here in the second quarter.
Right, there's been a lot of great adjustments on both sides. Our coaches are working hard, telling these kids what's going on. It's pretty good things to say, but all I can say is the trenches are really ugly tonight. I mean, it's a lot of work's going on down here.
Rogers wants to throw on first down. He's going to go deep on the right side. It's underthrown, but coming back for it is Cole Kirkpatrick. There's a flag down. Cole, though, has got it, and he's off to the races. 10-5, touchdown, 80-yard pass from C.J. Rogers to Cole Kirkpatrick. And maybe 6 more on the board for the Eagles. Let's check the flag.
I'm having a lot of fun right now. I think that's no question. Pass interference.
It's got to be defense.
And the field judge is signaling pass interference. So Cole Kirk, my favorite play is when we throw it up to number 5 and he catches it and runs in the end zone.
Pass interference. Defense, number 5. That penalty's declined. Result of the play, touchdown.
Well, they don't have a number 5, so it wasn't 5, but nevertheless. Or I don't think they do, unless somebody's changed jerseys. But nevertheless, whoever it was, it might have been 3, Grayson Treywick, but he was
a hell of a catch.
All he was trying to do was just hold Cole up, right? Once it came back and the defender doesn't know it's going to be underthrown, that's all he could do was bump Cole Kirkpatrick, but ends up being an 80-yard touchdown pass, and now here's some movement defensively as
Yellow Jacket was going to go back and be the holder, I think. Is what I was trying to do.
Offsides. Defense, number 1. Ball being moved half the distance to the goal. Replay the try.
Sophomore Ryder Lambert was in a hurry.
Pardon me. Cole Kirkpatrick now well over 900 yards receiving. Might be closing in on 1,000. He had 289 yards receiving to set a school record against the Yellow Jackets in round 3 last year.
Good snap by Logan May. Hold us down by Sutton Lee, and the extra point by Caden Dodson is good. 6:46 to play before the half. It's now Argyle 35, Stephenville 14 on AEBC Broadcasting.
Wow. Thank you, Argyle, for making Magnolia Realty Argyle's favorite choice for all things real estate. Thank you for your confidence and your trust in our team. We couldn't do it without you. From acreage, estates, custom-built homes, or existing homes, our team's decades of experience and innovative approach continue to produce unparalleled results. Find out what the rest of Argyle already knows when marketing their home. There is a difference. When Argyle thinks of real estate, they think of Magnolia Realty.
Cycle Center of Denton and BMW Motorcycles of Denton proudly support Argyle Athletics. Cycle Center is your local family-owned and operated power side-by-side fun and work machines. Shop the largest parts and accessory showroom in North that makes Argyle an experience. Factory-trained service member at Cycle Center of Denton called great service to keep your machine running at its best. Cycle Center wants to thank all the Argyle people.
And another fair catch by Kason Phillips for Stephenville. And for the sort of the touchback, and they'll have it at the 25-yard line. But here's Andy Ace Smith with an Argyle drive summary.
Well, what a big drive for the Eagles. One play. I'll have to extend it to make it a summary, but it was one play, an 80-yard pass to Cole Kirkpatrick, who owns almost every Eagles passing record that you could think of. And extra point is good, 35-14. 14 unanswered points for the Eagles, and we want to thank Yellow Door Storage and Alex Payne for sponsoring that drive summary.
Stephenville's going to hand it off this time to Phillips, and he'll go off right tackle. Ethan Gonzalez and Grant Mirabal will combine to stop Phillips after a pickup of only a couple.
Well, except for that 53-yard touchdown, which is a big exception. The Eagles have held Phillips in check. We said that was the second key to victory, is make someone else beat you.
Now Aiken will go in motion from left to right. Try something different here is Aiken. They'll do a throwback, and it's complete to Reese Elston. And a nice job by Argyle staying at home. And there is a flag down. Back behind the play, coming up to make the stop was Zach Stewart.
Yeah, well, that's a captain right there. He comes up and makes a big hit. He knew it. His teammates knew it. And a flag behind him. But Zach Stewart, he is the leading tackler for Argyle this season. The senior safety, 5'5", 168, and all muscle and all heart.
I think the updated roster,
it's number 65. That penalty's declined. It's third down.
For holding against Stephenville. The last roster that was sent out, somehow he grew like 3 or 4 inches, but I'm sticking with 5'5".
That's what it says on my spotting chart. Whoever did this knows everything.
And just like Al Gore's internet, your spotting charts are always right.
Yeah, I did do them. You're right.
3rd down and 6. Low snap, but Roundtree's got it, and they're going to run the option to the left side. And a great job of coming up to make the stop. Dax Haraney does a great job on the option. Ends up being only a pickup of a couple, and it'll be 4th down and 5 from the 30-yard line for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, you said it, option. Somebody's got to get pitch man, and Kason Phillips is a heck of a pitch man. Dax Haraney, what a great open field tackle right inside the sideline. This will be the 3rd consecutive possession that have resulted in nothing for Stephenville. They're 0 for 4 now on their last 4. That's how math works. 3rd downs.
40.5-yard punting average for Trace Morrison. This one he kind of looks like it may have gone offside of his foot a little bit.
That's a foul ball is what that was.
That's definitely a foul ball off to the left. He hooked it, and it will go just outside the foul pole. And finally they'll stop walking at the 38-yard line. So it ends up being a 32-yard punt for Morrison, no return. And Argyle will have it 1st and 10 at their own 38. And Argyle leads Stephenville 35-14, 5:06 to play before the half. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is where you listen to Argyle Eagle football.
Hi, we're the AHS varsity cheerleaders, and you're listening to the Argyle Eagles Booster Club broadcasting. Go Eagles!
Rogers, play action. He's going to throw. He's going deep. He's got a man coming back for it. It's Cole Kirkpatrick. And I'm not real sure. Cole looked almost confused, like maybe that ball got in the lights or something, because he looked like he went up, tried to catch that ball with like one arm. Maybe he thought he was going to get hit or something. But anyway, falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Hey, I think he lost it in the center field lights. He was looking back right up into what used to be center field here at the ballpark in Arlington, but they have converted this into a really cool football facility. But how about that play call from Coach Jason Bachtel to go for the knockout punch with another deep throw to Cole.
2nd down and 10. And it's going to be a fake this time. Tobias a read option, and C.J. Rogers will take off running, and he gets hammered as he gets the 1st down, but to the 49-yard line, an 11-yard pickup. And an Argyle 1st down, and gotta be careful if you're C.J. there. You can't just kind of stop like that, Andy. Everybody wants to annihilate a quarterback.
Yeah, they do.
When you're playing defense. 1st and 10 now from their own 49, and just another fake to Tito. And C.J. will take off running again, middle of the field. This time goes down pretty quickly, but not till he gets another 11 yards and a 1st down at the Stephenville 40-yard line.
Well, on the business end of that was a Yellow Jackets safety. C.J. Rogers, they've purposely really not unleashed him for running the ball. You go back to think about that Paris game where C.J. had so many opportunities he could have run if he had just kept it, and they didn't want him to, but it's playoff time, and don't hold back now. CJ, back-to-back 10-plus yard runs.
2 receivers left, 1 right, and it will be Tito Bice with the football this time. Stiff arms a man, but can't quite get away from Peyton Poston. He'll make the stop, but not before a pickup of 6 to the 34-yard line, 2nd and 4, and I believe we're going to have a timeout, and we are. Stephenville will take that timeout, and with Argyle leading 35-14 here with 3:56 to play before the half, and I think there's an exciting Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show coming up, and I think Andy knows what's. I have no idea.
I can't even.
You know what's coming up.
I do, and it's hard for me to contain my excitement about this. It's the Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show. Player spotlight interview with the senior running back team captain Tito Bice. On the last play, Tito was looking for somebody to hit, but he couldn't find anybody until he got about 5 yards downfield. He was kind of disappointed. But you'll hear from Tito Bice. You'll get an Eagle update on all things in Argyle ISD from Rick Herron. We're going to get an out-of-town scoreboard from the great John Little. You're going to give us, Kenny, some stats and some sounds. What kinds of sounds? Okay. Yes, thank you. That's better. Get some stats and so whatever that was in the first half, and maybe we'll give you the Rapid Med Urgent Care keys to the second half coming up on the Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show.
It is a packed halftime show. And that player spotlight guest, Tito Bice, 9 carries, 60 yards so far. And here he's got it again. He's got a big hole up the middle. Does have to break 1 tackle, then runs over a man at the 25 to the 23-yard line for Tito Bice. 11-yard gain, another first down.
Do you like when running backs just deliver the punishment?
Yes.
Do you like that? I like it.
I like it.
Robert, do you like that? I bet Robert likes it.
It's always better to be the hammer and not the nail.
So, for being a hammer, I think we all like it. All 3 of us, I think I could say. And Blake.
2 receivers left, 1 right, and flag down. Somebody must have moved.
I don't like that.
Too soon there, yeah. 99% of the time, the pre-snap penalty is going to go against the offense.
So you're saying there's a chance it's not on the Eagles?
They are discussing it, so, you know. See?
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, it's first down.
Sheridan Wilson was ready to pancake block somebody a little too quickly.
No, the Eagles are. They're all 5 of those offensive linemen are sharing the role of designated hitter.
Wow.
Forced it a little that time, maybe.
First down and 15. Play action. CJ going right over the middle toward McCollum, makes the catch, and a nice catch as he bobbled it. And it kind of fell down around his thighs, but he's able to grab a hold of it. Braden Garcia makes the stop after a 26-yard pickup. 1st and goal, Eagles at the 2.
What a throw from CJ, right on the money to Ward McCollum. Trying to get his 2nd touchdown tonight. 200 yards rush passing tonight for CJ in the first half.
Tito Bice straight ahead, but Colton Akamazo, the linebacker, does a nice job of coming right down the line and hitting Tito Bice. He lost about a yard back to the 3. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Might have lost that battle, but Argyle winning the war up front. Sheridan Wilson, that was mean what he did there on that last play. Eagles here on 2nd and goal, and I like having Tito Bice in the backfield. We talked about Tito Bice it was time to unleash the beast, and that's what the Eagles are doing with Tito Bice tonight.
Argyle running a little clock as it's down to 2:20, hoping to score here. CJ with the quick slant pass, and he goes low, and Ward McCollum goes down and makes the catch for the Argyle touchdown. Ward McCollum's 2nd touchdown catch of the night, 3 yards, 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
CJ throws a heater down and in, down and on the inside corner, and Ward McCollum is right there to grab it. Goes down to his knees, catches it, gets his hands under the ball. Ward McCollum, 2 touchdown catches tonight. The junior, a breakout night for number 11, Ward McCollum.
Snaps a little high, Sutton Lee gets it down, and Caden Dodson puts it through the uprights. 2:13 to play before the half. Argyle now 42-14 over the Yellow Jackets on Argyle Eagle Booster Club broadcast. This broadcast is made possible by the generous support of our corporate advertising sponsors who have enabled Argyle ISD athletic programs to achieve many exceptional accomplishments, including state championships in multiple sports and 8 consecutive Lone Star Cups. These sponsorships remain the primary source of funding for the Booster Club, which directs the expenditures towards Argyle athletics and clubs at the high school and middle school level. Your corporate sponsorship provides the best opportunity for our student athletes to reach their full potential here at Argyle ISD, and in return, we offer numerous advertising packages which fit your budget to brand your business with high visibility in the stadiums or right here on these airwaves. Do you want to be a sponsor and support the athletics here at Argyle ISD? Contact Brian and Shelley Stone at aebc.sponsorship@gmail.com to begin your support. Go Eagles! Welcome back to Globe Life Park in Arlington, or the Temple as we like to call it. And the kickoff will be fair caught at the 29-yard line by Reese Elston of the Yellow Jackets with 2:13 to play before the half. And a drive summary now with Andy Ace Smith.
Well, I have a lot of fun delivering drive summaries, and especially when it's 3 consecutive times for the Argyle Eagles. 21 unanswered points. And Ty and Jennifer Homeyer bring you this drive summary. Eagles went 8 plays to go 62 yards. C.J. Rogers had a couple of back-to-back 12-yard rushes and 2 for 2 passing for over 20 yards, but it was Ward McCullum with the touchdown catch, his second of the night. Caden Dotson nails the extra point. 42-14 Argyle. 2:13 to go in the first.
Stephenville from their own 29. Kason Phillips, nice job bouncing it outside. Was meant to go inside. He cuts it outside, and he's going to have a first down across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Phillips over 100 yards on the night, a 14-yard gain for Kason Phillips, the senior running back.
Well, we've seen Stephenville score in a hurry, and they would love to score here before the end of the first half and kind of get that 14-point swing, or at least that would be their plan, because they're going to get the ball to begin the second half. So get a little back-to-back action here, but the Eagles have stopped Stephenville on 3 consecutive possessions.
Some time to throw here for Gavin Roundtree. He's going right over the middle. It is incomplete, almost intercepted. It was right into the hands of Zach Stewart, but he cannot hang on to it. Actually, the receiver there kind of had to become the defender as well. That was Coy Aiken, and it'll be second down and 10.
Boy, Zach Stewart, he really thought he had that. It was like right there for him and just got it knocked out of his hands. Otherwise, that was a big play. Eagles would have been in position to get another score for half.
2 receivers to either side, and they're going to do the read option here. And Roundtree running to the right side, and he'll run out of bounds after a pickup of Cade Moore, and Hunter Roberts runs him out of bounds. It's going to be a pickup of about 4 that time. It'll be 3rd down and 6 with the ball at their own 46-yard line for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, you want to really sell that read option, and boy, Chase Bunnell was buying. He was over there on the opposite hash, tackling Kason Phillips going, what, wait, you don't have the ball?
And guys, you were right just a little bit earlier. There is an issue with looking up in the lights on some of those balls. You can see it in their eyes. They're losing it for a second or two.
Big league ball players, that's an issue for them.
3rd down and 6 from the 46. Roundtree going to roll to his left. Looking and still looking, throws back across his body, and a nice catch. Nice throw and a nice catch is made for the first down. That is Reese Elston, and he's a little slow to get up. It's at the Argyle 43-yard line. That's Elston, their slot receiver, the 6', 160-pound senior, and might have came down a little awkwardly.
Yeah, he took a pretty big hit there, too, as well. Well, Roundtree, he's rolling to his left and throwing back to his right, and that ball could have easily been intercepted, but really nice play by Elston to go up and get it. Sacrificed his body to convert. I think that's the first 3rd down that Stephenville has converted in the last at least 4 tries, I believe. So 1 out of 5 in their last 5 possessions. It's pretty good duty for the Argyle defense, but really Argyle would love to get a stop here. Yeah, 28-point lead, but you don't want to give Stephenville any momentum as they run into the dugout over here on the home side and underneath the stands to the clubhouse.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, going to a dugout at the football game.
Yeah, well, you got to go down the steps of the dugout, and then you go right through the back door there. You take a couple of cuts in the batting cage, grab the rosin bag a little bit, and then you go wherever the locker room is here.
And you hit the showers.
Maybe, but the thing about tonight is that the coach can't go to the mound to bring you back. You got to figure it out.
And Definitely a leg injury here for Elston as he's get a little help to come off the field. And so with 1:43 to play here in the first half, and Argyle leading 42-14. Stephenville will have it first and 10 at the Argyle 44.
A lot of coaching down there. You can hear, I just hear that accent of Coach Rogers. I think I heard him say something about slow as pond water, and I'm not sure who he was directing that towards. There was Robert Hudgens out on the sideline saying, Robert, I don't care about your broken leg. Like, don't be Grandma Moses over there.
So Adrian Fletcher.
Can I recommend that Argyle get a stop here? Because you certainly don't want the Yellow Jackets to gain any confidence here at the end of the first half.
Adrian Fletcher will check in, replace Reese Elston at that receiver position, but he's going to go across the middle, another interception. Argyle's got the football running down the sideline, midfield, 45, and he's going to take it to the house. Let's see if he's caught from behind. Grant Mariball's got it, pick six for Argyle's Grant Mariball. His second interception of the game. There is a flag back at midfield. Golly.
Well, I don't know what the flag is, but what I do know is that's Grant Mariball's second interception tonight. That time he took it to the house. The sophomore said, I'm going that way, right to the end zone. He runs right over to the third base dugout and nearly spiked it. I thought he wanted to. I said, oh, please don't do that. I know you're excited. But I don't know what happened. It may have been a block after the interception, but we can only speculate. A Stephenville player is down, but Grant Mariball just jumped the route. Roundtree's second interception in the game.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block on number 44 of the return team. 15-yard penalty. It's first down.
Still Argyle football, but Riley Van Poppel called for the blindside block. His dad pitched, I think, at this stadium a time or 10 or 20 or 100.
Isn't the first time a Van Poppel's been talked about here, that's for sure.
That's right.
Well, you know, poor Grant. That was a great play by Grant Mariball to take that ball to the house. He got some wheels on him, doesn't he, for 6'2", 210 pounds.
An athlete that we are going to have fun watching for a couple more years even after this.
Sophomore, yeah, you're exactly right. Super soft, one of that super softs. 225, rather, I'm sorry. You think he might be getting a little attention for his performance tonight from some of the college coaches.
Play action fake. Argyle going deep on first down, and coming up for it is Cash Walker. It was a little bit underthrown.
He did try to break it. It was kind of a hard slide.
Spikes
right into
were
him.
up, though, I thought, weren't they? That maybe was the second reason the clock stopped.
Oh, my goodness.
And by the way, Kenny, it's on the second mound visit, not the third. The second mound visit, you must remove
they
the
changed
pitcher.
that rule, yeah.
When did we teach Robert to lay out on me? That's what I want to know.
So 15 seconds here before the half. Argyle leading 42-14, and I don't know, a timeout by the officials, and then I guess a timeout by Argyle. Or
well, I mean, that attempted hook and ladder was, if you really think about it, it was just a bang-bang play, too.
Now what's he saying?
Yes, that 5-yard penalty will be marked off from the spot of the pass.
Wait, what?
It also carries a loss of down. It's second down.
I have an idea.
It went from incomplete pass to a legal forward pass?
I don't know, Kenny, but I have an idea. Can we just say, okay, fine, the half is over, we give up, let's just go in. It's a school night. I want you to remember, good crowd on hand for the Eagles here tonight. Appropriately social distanced as the Eagles are taking the visitors' side here at Globe Life Park, which has been reconfigured for football. You had the Dallas Renegades play here in the XFL up until the season couldn't be completed, but I understand that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is dipped into his pockets and said, I want some XFL, and he bought the league, essentially, him and a couple of business partners. So the plan is to come back in 2022 right here.
You ever have goals like that? I want to buy a league.
I want to buy a football league, not a team, a league.
A league.
Well, the quarterback for the Dallas Renegade, Landry Jones, did you know he and his wife Whitney and are Argyle residents? There you go. That's about all I know about the Dallas Renegade. Well, I know one more thing if you really want to know, but it's not important.
So second down and 9.
And nobody knows why it's second. I mean, we'd have to have a recount and an investigation. It's just not possible.
CJ's got some time here, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to take off running, but now he's going to throw it deep. Looking for Cash Walker on the sideline. He's run out of bounds, and there's going to be a flag down. I think that's an illegal forward pass. I think CJ was past the line of scrimmage when he threw that football.
Yeah, and I think Cash Walker was outside that foul pole over there. That wasn't going to count. And he really was. Isn't that about where the foul pole in left field is, right?
Maybe a little bit further down, but yeah, pretty close.
Well, how many penalties? How many consecutive penalties have we had? An up show?
Umpire show.
Okay.
The ump show.
Nobody comes to watch the umpires in baseball. I don't think.
On number 12 on the offense, 5 to avoid the 10-second runoff.
Well, you got him. You might as well keep him, right? Or not keep him.
Might as well use him. Yeah,
might as well
you
use
can't
him.
keep
Yeah, that's what I
Can't
meant.
take them with you. So 4 seconds left in this very, very, very long last 2 minutes. Argyle leading 42-14 over Stephenville here in round 2, the area of the Class 4A Division I Region 2 playoffs. Winner of this game gets the winner of Waco La Vega and Wilmer Hutchins. And so we'll see if we can get any information on maybe where that game might be if Argyle hangs on to this lead here in the second half. But
it feels like Argyle's got a commanding lead. 28 points is big. On the other hand, it doesn't feel that big. Stephenville has shown the ability to score quickly. And if they can figure out a way to slow Argyle's offense down and get a score to open the second half, then it's 21. It's the 3-score game. It's still a lot, but momentum can do weird things in high school football.
Ball on their own 48-yard line, so CJ going to have to throw it really, really deep or just hope. And he just throws it to Cole Kirkpatrick, I believe, at the 40-yard line, and was just hoping he could run for a while. And he's going to get brought down, and that will end the half. At the 40-yard line is where Cole finally goes down, and we are at halftime here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. A great first quarter and a great second quarter if you're an Argyle Eagle fan. Oh, hang on, I think I got Andy waving his hand at me over here.
I have to do it now, otherwise we'll miss my chance. And a shout out to Chick-fil-A Hall of Fame cheerleader Shelby Smith listening, and she'll be going to bed.
So, Coach, what are your impressions on the first half tonight so far?
No, I thought our football team got a little bit of a slow start. They did some things new to us, but I think that we remedied it, righted the ship, and put lots of points on the board, which is what we wanted to do. And I thought we played really good defense there in the second quarter.
Do you have any particular keys to the second half coming up?
No, not yet. I'll talk to my coaches, and obviously there's some things that we need to tweak and adjust, and we'll make that adjustment.
Sounds great. Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Argyle head coach Todd Rogers, as we're just about ready for the Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show. Thanks to Lori Jacobson of the DFW Legacy Real Estate Group for that halftime chat with Coach Rogers. As we are at the half here at Globe Life Park, Argyle leading Stephenville 42-14. Rapid Med Urgent Care halftime show is on the way next on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
Hey, Eagle fans, are you tired of all the clutter? Do you have a spare room overflowing with decorations? How about a 2- or 3-car garage that you can't even park in? Well, Argyle Storage is the answer. They offer drive-up and climate-controlled self-storage, along with several storage options for the boat and RV customer as well. They're located on 377, close to home on the north side of Argyle. Check them out online at argylestorageco.com. That's argylestorageco.com.
Hello, neighbors, and welcome to another season of Argyle Eagles Sports. This is Jolette Ryan, owner of the Remax North Texas team located here in Argyle. And although my own Eagles have left the nest, like you, we are ready for some football. As a parent, I pray your children are healthy and safe and trust the faculty and coaches. Once again, it is our honor to serve as an all-sports sponsor for Argyle Sports, which for us is an annual labor of love. Remember, support our teachers, our teams, our first responders, and police. Come to the Remax North Texas team. We are ready to serve all of your real estate needs.
Welcome into the Rapid Med halftime show. You are joining us from Globe Life Park in Arlington, not Field, not the new one. This is the old Temple ballpark, and oddly enough, we are sitting in the old radio booth. So Kenny and Andy are sitting where Eric Nadell and Matt Hicks called the game for the past few years, and really fun broadcast perch here, right behind old home plate. But now it's a really nice football field, turf, not natural grass. It is turf in here, and it's if you're picturing this at home, you have one end zone along the baseline between third base and home, and then you've got another end zone way out in right field. It is a incredible setup. If you haven't been out here to see a football game, you need to, as hopefully the XFL comes back here in the near future. But for right now, let's get to the player spotlight this week. It was awesome to sit down with senior running back Tito Bice. Sat down for over 25 minutes with a kid. Could have done another 25. He was awesome to talk to, and I hope you enjoyed the interview. Here is senior Tito Bice in this week's Player Spotlight. All right, it is the RE/MAX North Texas team Player Spotlight, and I'm seated with senior running back Tito Bice this week. Hey, Tito, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. How's school?
It's awesome. I love school.
Is that sarcasm?
No, I actually do love school.
You do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Favorite subject?
Economics.
Okay. Are you a money man?
I mean, I want to make money when I grow up, and just learning about all that stuff
Boy,
is
don't
helping
we
me
all.
for the future.
Yeah.
So.
Are you virtual?
Yes, sir, I'm virtual as of last Thursday.
Okay. How's it been?
It's not as fun as regular school because I'm a very talkative person, and I like to talk to my friends whenever I'm not doing something.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I get more rest at home, just doing my work and then chilling out until the next class.
Have you noticed that the amount of time you spend wearing sweats has gone up since you started virtual?
Very much. Very much.
Yeah, that's it. Whenever I picture people doing virtual, I mean, that's, sweats and on the couch. And
Got to get a hoodie on, some sweatpants.
yeah, minimal effort. Maybe some Netflix on the second screen.
Sometimes.
So I understand that there was, it was like a team-wide decision for a lot of you to go virtual. So what was the reasoning behind that?
We have a captain's group chat between me and all the captains. And one day, I forgot who said it. I think it was Jack. He came to the idea. He was like, hey, don't you think playoffs starting, how great our chance is, we should all go virtual. And at first, a bunch of us were just kind of about it because, like I said, we all want to be at school. It's our senior year. But after a lot of thought and not being selfish, we all decided to go online. And everyone else is starting to figure that out because we have such a great shot this year, and we don't want to get shut down from COVID.
And that's just to limit your exposure and your chances of getting it.
Yes, sir.
So really, you're only around the team and your family and home. And
Team
that's
and
really
family.
it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I told you before our interview, I thought that was really smart of you guys to have that foresight to think of, let's try to eliminate any obstacle that could ever pop up to ruin what you got going on here. And that's good on. It was Jack Tucker that came up with it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, that's really smart. Of course, an offensive lineman had to come up with a good idea, right?
For sure. They were all the first ones to go virtual, too, except for CJ. He's been virtual all year.
Yeah, CJ and Cash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you have any college plans yet?
Not really. I mean, with junior year injury, it kind of messed up recruiting. I still got some good offers on the table, but at this point, I'm just trying to have fun with my senior season, play my best, and just see what I get after the season.
So it's largely based on where you go play football.
Yes, sir.
When you get there, wherever it is, do you have a major that you picked out? Is it economics?
Business, something to do with that. I'd like to be like a sports manager or something like that.
It'd be really cool.
I feel like that'd be really fun.
Like a sports agent?
Yes, sir.
Manage their money and let them take the risk of getting hurt?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
When did you move in, or have you been here forever?
I was born at Denton Regional Hospital, so about 15 minutes away. I lived in a house in Argyle whenever I was born, but I wasn't even going to school yet. And then we moved to a house right when I moved in the kindergarten in Argyle, a little bit closer to the school.
So you're an Argyle lifer.
I am.
So I would imagine senior night and I guess last week meant a little more to you because I'm sure you've played 100 games in that stadium dating back to second grade or whenever they allowed you to play on that field. So did it ever cross your mind during the game of, dang, this is my last game here?
For sure. I mean, leading up that whole week, I wanted to play so bad, but at the same time, I didn't want it to come because, I mean, I love that field. I spent half my life on that field, so it's just, it was sad to do it, but it was a fun game, and I mean, it was just really emotional.
I would imagine. And then I guess this would make it worse. Then you got to play there again, doing this whole system.
I know, but the first one against Kaufman, actual senior night, was a lot more. It meant a lot more to me.
Yeah.
Because it was an actual scheduled senior night, and we didn't know we were going to play home for the first playoff game, which was pretty cool too. But
of course,
yes,
the home playoff game is really cool. I hate to bring the energy down in this interview, but how tough was it last year, watching from the sideline?
I will say I really surprised myself with how good I took the injury, and Coach Rudolph, all the coaches actually, my mom, all my friends, they made me keep my head up, and me being a positive person my whole life, I was like, I'm gonna get through this, and I'm gonna come back
the
better.
game against Levay, good.
So I mean, it was just super hot outside and humid, and I was just burning up. But I just remember hitting them every play and just going straight down their throat, running the ball 42 times.
43.
43, yes. And it was actually my favorite game I've ever played, like ever.
I would imagine.
I mean, it was a hard-fought game. They stayed in it with us. Like, of course, I don't want the game to be close, but those hard games are really fun.
Yeah, of course.
So,
were you a little more sore the next day?
Oh, I barely walked the next day.
Yeah, I would imagine. So, as a running back, like, do you feel the carries the further along in the game you go? Like, during the game, could you kind of process that, dang, I've gotten a lot of carries?
During that game, I had no idea. I thought I had 20 carries.
Yeah.
But after the game, I got interviewed, and I was like, 43 carries? I didn't think I could do it, honestly.
Obviously, as fans and even broadcasters, we're aware of, like, every stat that you have. We know, man, 15 carries in the first quarter, 30 in the first half, whatever, but so much of your job as a running back is just not thinking. So it's always neat to hear your side of it, to know that you didn't really know how many carries you had.
Yeah, not at all. I just keep on going. I do what Coach tells me to do.
Yeah, of course. 43 carries, 207 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
Pretty awesome game. As a player, do you ever think back to, like, do you remember the history of some of these rivalries of, man, Stephenville beat us, 3 years ago, but we got them? Like, is that on your mind coming into these games?
No doubt, for sure. Like you said, they beat us my freshman year in the third round. And my sophomore year, which was my first game ever starting, I remember playing them my first game. And I had a pretty good game then, and I was...
Yeah, Tarleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Tarleton was junior year.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We played them home my sophomore year.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I think it was 45-35. Mm-hmm. And we beat them. And we saw them my junior year, first game at Tarleton.
Okay.
We beat them, and then last year I got hurt, but I remember we played them in the second round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they held us pretty close right there, right?
That was the Cole game, right?
Yeah, I didn't go to that game. I couldn't walk still because it was just right after my surgery. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, we've had a lot of good games against Stephenville.
Yeah, we have.
Just curious if you players remember that and keep that in mind.
I remember that for sure.
Am I right in this? Like, you're the first guy on the field.
For game days, I am most of the time. Yes, sir.
And you're out there like 5 o'clock, like multiple hours ahead of the game.
Yes, sir.
So, what does that just get you in the zone?
It does get me in the zone, and sometimes I like to, if I'm feeling kind of tight that day, or if my legs aren't feeling up to speed, I'll go out there and jog. I'll go stretch and just get my head in the game. So, like you said, yeah, it just gets me ready.
Do you like to? A lot of guys will do this. Do you like to envision the game happening when you're out there?
Not whenever I'm warming up. I envision during the day.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'll be walking through the halls like whenever I was at school. And like I'll see someone coming towards me, and I'll just kind of in my head treat them like a defender. And then I know it's kind of weird, but and then
I love it.
Yeah.
Someone's walking at you, you got to juke them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Or if there's a crowd, you got to cover the ball and get through the crowd. No,
exactly
I love
what
it.
I do.
Hey, a running back's job never stops, honestly.
I agree.
Who's got the aux in the locker room?
Ooh, so during third period, whenever he has his aide for Coach Rogers, Jack plays his country music, his slow country music, and I walk in, and I don't really like that.
And you change it.
And I ask him nicely to change it. And then usually me or CJ plays music.
Okay. And so you and CJ are much better DJs than Jack.
I'd like to think so.
Okay. All right. What's spinning right now? What's hot?
Me and CJ do disagree on one rapper. My favorite rapper is NBA Youngboy.
I ain't going outside today. Couldn't find that tech. So I'm drinking on egg today. I'ma put up a star.
Okay.
And he doesn't like him. A lot of people don't like him. But it's just,
so you just have superior taste in music.
I'd like to think so, yes.
Okay, who are they playing?
CJ likes the TikTok songs.
The TikTok songs.
The TikTok songs.
Okay.
And, I don't really know how to explain that. It's just like girl songs, kind of, sometimes.
Okay, just the songs that get popular because people dance to them on TikTok.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. Do you know what fuzzy dice are?
I do know what fuzzy dice are. I have some hanging in my car window.
Do you really?
I do.
The reason I asked this is on my way here, I saw somebody with a pair of fuzzy dice in their, in their window, and I thought, man, I haven't seen that in a really long time. So I thought I'd ask you, and sure enough, you have some in your car.
I do.
Why?
Well, my sophomore year, someone gifted them to me for like a game day gift, and it's my favorite NFL team, the New Orleans Saints, and it's just got their logo on them, and I just put them up in my window.
So you're a Saints guy.
I am a Saints guy.
Okay. Well, hold on. So they just look cool, the fuzzy dice?
Of course.
I don't really know why that ever became a thing.
I don't either. I've never known why, but it looks good.
I'm sure it looks good. Saints. Was it a push-off last year in the playoffs? Kyle Rudolph in the end zone?
We've gotten toyed with the refs every year for the past like 3-4 years.
Yeah, the Vikings,
I was at a main event when that happened, and I left right away. It was terrible.
Well, better luck, I guess, this year.
Thank you.
Maybe you won't have to battle the refs this year.
We'll see.
What is your favorite Coach Rogers saying?
Coach Rogers saying, I like when up to the line, but don't cross it. That means play as hard as you possibly can. And but don't cross it, or else you'll get a flag, 15-yard penalty. And sometimes he says, it's okay if you cross it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But just don't do it again.
So a lot of kids like to go the comedy route. But you went real football coach.
I did.
Okay.
Because everybody goes the comedy route.
Yeah.
I've listened to this since forever.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And everyone goes comedy route. And
yeah.
I feel like. And that really is my favorite Coach Rogers quote, is play up to the line without crossing it, because, that's what I try to do every play.
Okay. I respect that. Thank you for that.
Of
You
course.
gave me something I've never heard before.
Awesome.
So you know this last question I'm going to ask you.
Yes.
What's your answer? Waffle House or IHOP?
Waffle House.
It's your waffle home?
It is. And I don't even eat waffles there, actually. The only waffles I eat are at my house. Eggo waffles.
Lego my Eggo.
Of course.
They're so good. And it really took me until a couple years ago, but you can eat them frozen if you want.
No doubt.
And it's a great little snack.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't feel like putting them in the toaster, and that takes a lot of time sometimes.
I don't even put them in the toaster. I cook them on a skillet.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I got it off YouTube. You put some cinnamon, you sprinkle some cinnamon on there.
Yeah.
And you put them down on the skillet.
Wow.
Put some butter on there. It's amazing.
That's pretty great. That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as good as putting the cinnamon roll in the waffle maker.
Ooh, that does sound good.
You've never done it?
No.
I recommend it.
I'll try it.
Maybe not on a game week.
Yeah, I'll try it after we win state.
Yes. After you can get the icing all over your state ring, because then at that point,
yeah, it's fine.
It's a celebration, right?
Of course.
Well, Tito, it's great to get to know you a little bit. I know you've been on a pitch count, which is, I'm sure, been infuriating. Yeah, it was for a reason, and I hope you're right for the playoffs. And, best of luck this week against Stephenville and the rest of the year.
Thank you so much.
That was senior running back Tito Bison, this week's Player Spotlight. We talked about the pitch count there a little bit in the interview. Doesn't look like he's on much of a pitch count anymore, so to speak, inside Globe Life Park here in the area round against Stephenville. Tito in the first half, 10 carries, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns, both from 11 yards. Looks healthy, looks good. Hopefully there's more Tito Bison to come. Let's keep this Rapid Med halftime show rolling. Let's skip the break for now and let's get you to Rick Eagle Update.
Hey, Eagle fans. This is Rick Herron, Argyle ISD's Director of Communications, with this week's Eagle Update, which provides you a closer look at the news and events happening across our district. Well, more big news this week for the Argyle High School Band. The Eagles earned all ones at the region competition on Wednesday, held in Salina. With that performance, the band advances to the area competition coming soon in North Richland Hills. Be sure to stay plugged into Argyle ISD's social media accounts for an update on how the Eagle Band performs at the area competition. This is simply a rollover from all the success the band has had recently in performances at both Ponder and Springtown. So good luck to the band moving forward. Argyle ISD is always so grateful for its parents and partners in our community that help support the Eagles. We want to send a special shout out this week, and this one is long overdue, and it's for Argyle ISD parent Taylor White. During the fall semester, Mr. White helped provide a need for our campuses during this COVID-19 pandemic. The 5 campuses and other facilities were working toward getting signage when this parent offered his resources to assist our schools. Mr. White works for WP Partners and offered to provide safety signage on all our campuses and facilities to help remind our Eagles of the daily importance of the safety practices and procedures we have in place. From social distancing reminders to signage on entryways regarding face coverings, all these awesome visual graphics have been very helpful for our students, teachers, and staff in Argyle ISD. The signage also includes flooring stickers for spacing and directions in our school hallways. Thank you again, Mr. White. Big congratulations go out to one of the best coaches around right here in Argyle, who runs one of the most dominant programs in the state, and that's Argyle Eagles baseball coach Ricky Griffin, who also serves as an assistant on the football coach here for the Eagles. Well, Coach Griffin was named the National Federation of State High School Associations 2019-2020 State Baseball Coach of the Year. Coach Griffin led the Eagles to the Class 4A state championship in 2019 with a 40-1-1 record and marked the second consecutive title for the Eagles. Big congratulations, Coach Griffin. This is an important message for our parents here in Argyle ISD regarding the district's COVID-19 reporting and notifications and the cases dashboard you'll find on the district's website. When a parent or guardian or staff member reports a positive case to a campus, the nurse and administrators immediately begin contact tracing and identify students or staff who will need to quarantine. Once these are identified, they are contacted by phone by the campus nurse and administrators. Once the campus nurse has received the confirmed lab results and documentation from the testing lab, Argyle ISD's communications department sends a notification to families and staff to that specific campus. The district also sends an email notification to all parents and all staff. Additionally, once the positive case documentation has been received, the COVID-19 dashboard is updated to reflect the active case. The dashboard is updated at the end of each day with new cases and recovered cases. So just as new cases are added, recovered cases are removed from the active case total and added to the recovered case column once the quarantine period has ended for the student or employee. The updated dashboard is also shared on Argyle ISD's weekly Eagle Extra newsletter and on social media. This is just a quick reminder for Eagle parents and students that next week is Thanksgiving break, and all campuses and facilities will be closed from November 23rd to November 27th. So we're wishing everyone a safe and restful break with their families, and Argyle ISD will resume its regular schedule on campuses Monday, November 30th. Well, Eagle fans, that's it for this week's communications update. Enjoy a great second half and go Eagles.
That was Rick Heron in this week's Argyle ISD Eagle Update. This is the Rapid Med halftime show. Argyle leading Stephenville at the break 42-14, and it's Thursday. Wanted to catch up with John Little with the out-of-town scoreboard. I know there's a few games going on in Region 1, but John is going to do a great job of just recapping what's going on as we plan ahead. Not look ahead, but just to see what the rest of Region 2 looks like. And let's check in with the great John Little in this week's out-of-town scoreboard.
Blake, good to see the Eagles up at the break again, and let's take a look at the scoreboard. And not a ton of tonight on Thursday night, but I want to get you caught up on what's happening in Class 4.
Enough. Here they are again on 4th down. They're 1 for 3 tonight.
Game clock down to 5. We'll see if they snap it in time. Down to 3. And they will. And toss sweep out to Phillips. And he's going to have the first down around the corner. Going to get inside the 10 before about 5 white shirts run him out of bounds, including Gonzalez and Mirabal. And that will be the end of the third quarter. So we're through 3 here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Argyle leading Stephenville 56-14. Fourth quarter is next on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
Hey, Eagle fans, need a place to store all your championship trophies and medals? Yellow Door Storage, located at I-35W and Crawford Road next to the new emergency hospital, is a brand new Class A facility with climate-controlled and drive-up units, fully enclosed boat and RV storage, and a state-of-the-art security system. Whether you're moving into a new home, reorganizing your garage, or expanding your business, Yellow Door Storage is the solution for you. When you need to store, think Yellow Door.
The team at Noble Classic Homes, your local master home builder and remodeler, has been Argyle's premier home builder since 1998. We can assist you in building your dream home, remodeling, or even storm restoration. Noble Classic Homes has been selected by D Homes as best of the best home builders from 2011 through 2017 and best of Denton County every year since 2015. Visit our new office located at 9998 Hilltop Road in Argyle and check out our award-winning website at nobleclassichomes.com. Let us build the dream your family will call home. Go Eagles!
Back for our fourth quarter here at Globe Life Park in Arlington with Robert Hutchins on the sideline and Andy Smith next to me. I'm Kenny Arthur, Blake Jones producing.
That sounded like the bad radio intro music.
It's time. Handoff, left side, Kason Phillips, and he is in the end zone for the Stephenville Yellow Jacket touchdown. And Kason Phillips, by the way, has just set the season record for most touchdowns in a season for a Stephenville Yellow Jacket.
That's how you call a season record. Most in a season.
Most in a season, that's right. He already got the most in a career last week against Benbrook, and tonight he goes for the most in a season. It's his 28th touchdown now of the season. A 8-yard touchdown run there for Kason Phillips.
He's a really good football player. Tough kid, tough runner. Probably be happy if he was your son.
Knuckleball extra point goes wide left. It's no good. Our score now with 11:57 to play in the ball game. Argyle 56, Stephenville 20. Back with more Eagle football here in just a moment.
Hey Argyle folks, want 100% employee pricing on a new set of wheels? Then get to Waxahachie Autoplex today. Owners Wes and Lisa Spence are proud parents of number 78 Blake Spence. So whether you need a new Ford, Dodge, Jeep, or Nissan, you'll find the best selection of new and pre-owned cars and trucks. Wes doesn't play games with the sales staff. In fact, he'll deliver the car and sign the paperwork on your kitchen table. Tell him you heard about it from us. Great selection, service, and price. That's what Waxahachie Autoplex is all about.
The Real Estate Station, Argyle's first and only privately owned real estate office since 1986, wants to say thank you. We know you have a choice when it comes to trusting a professional to meet all of your real estate needs. We at the Real Estate Station love Argyle, and we are your neighbors. All of our team lives here. We're also members of the Eagle family. We value investing in our community and helping make Argyle great. Speaking of great, we're proud to cheer on our Argyle Eagles, and with everyone's support, they can accomplish anything. We'd love to meet you. Dave and Kathy Salisbury and the Real Estate Station team.
Welcome back to Globe Life Park. Play some smooth jazz here for this short pooch kick by Corbin Poston. And fair catch will be made at the 25-yard line by Hayden Stewart. That's where Argyle will have it first and 10. And now for the Stephenville drive summary, it's Andy Ace Smith.
Thank you very much, Kenny.
My pleasure.
I appreciate the emphasis. Also appreciate that little Kenny at night return music. The Stephenville Yellow Jackets, they go 6 plays and 51 yards in 2 minutes and 14 seconds, all running plays. And the extra point's no good. 56-20 now with 11:55 to go in the fourth. In the second half tonight, Stephenville has run 26 plays and scored 6 points. Argyle has run 5 and scored 14. So efficiency.
Peyton Shoemake in at running back, standing to the left of Ethan DePiro, and I think Argyle's going to get a delay of game here. Which is a little difficult to do right after a kickoff, but it has happened.
It's almost like the human rain delay.
Austin Rusk is checked in at center for Argyle. The guards now are Nash Kruger and big Matt Williams.
False start, offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And
he got the delay?
He called a false start.
Oh,
I didn't see that, but Jack Tucker and big 68 Dominic Reed, the junior, is the tackles.
Nash Kruger got his number called anyway.
Absolutely.
At the ballpark in Arlington.
First and 15 now. Here is the pass out to Gannon Pels, and Gannon gets a head of steam there and gets a nice block out there by Baylor Bowen and Sutton Lee, and he's going to have a nice gain out to the 32-yard line. 12-yard pickup to leave second down and 3.
Gannon is the son of former Hilltop Elementary principal Mandy Pells.
Second down and 3, and he is a speedster, by the way. Here is a handoff to Peyton Shoemake, and he's hitting the backfield. And absolutely nowhere to go that time for Peyton Shoemake. That is Kevin Bowery, the defensive end, on the stop. Matter of fact, he lost 3 yards. Back to the 29, it'll be third down and 6.
Offensive player of the game last week in the win over North Dallas. Peyton Shoemake had almost 200 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns.
Third down and 6, snap back to Ethan DePiro. DePiro's gonna throw it out to Pels again, and he bobbles it and can't hang on to it. He was trying to take off running upfield a little too quickly there, was number 19 for the Eagles, the 154-pound junior receiver, and it'll be fourth down. Argyle will punt again.
He had his mid on it, just couldn't get it in the web. E19. You predicting right or left foot on the punt from Caden Dotson this time, Kenny?
You know, does he decide that based on the rush? Because you got 2 guys rushing here from this side, so he'd go left-footed. Yeah,
left is the answer.
He gets a nice one this time. It's a line drive, but pretty good punt there. Peyton Poston makes the fair catch back at the 33-yard line. A 38-yard punt for Caden Dotson and no return. And Stephenville will have it at their own 33-yard line. And this gives us an opportunity, Andy. Who's bringing us the fourth quarter tonight here at Globe Life Park?
Well, since you asked so nicely, I'd be happy to tell you. And what's even nicer is these sponsors. Their generous support makes our broadcast possible. So thank you very much, Ty and Jennifer Homeyer from the Design House, Jeff Bassinger from Argyle Storage, Cycle Center of Denton, Matt Arto with Country Lakes Family Dental, Jerry Whittle Boats, Kenny Arthur at Chick-fil-A on Justin Road. Man, love
Handsome
that Kenny
fella.
Arthur. Handsome guy. Dr. Rexroth from Argyle Family Chiropractic, Trophy Club Orthodontics, and the sponsor of tonight's postgame show, Jolette Ryan Shavy with the RE/MAX North Texas team.
Roundtree, quarterback draw. And lots of new faces out there for Argyle. Carson Shaw, though, not so new. He's played quite a bit tonight, and he makes the stop there. But and we already mentioned this defensive front. Aiden Pruner, Reese McHugh, and Jacob Rodriguez are all up front there for Argyle. In the secondary, you got Charlie Krisiak at one of the corners, Jamal Felton at the other. And the safeties are Jaquan Felton, Aaron Funderburg, and Drew Adams. Brock Bunce is in at linebacker. And Kason Phillips will have a nice gain out on the left side, out across the 40-yard line to the 42-yard line. And the only other one I haven't mentioned, Carson Shaw is at linebacker, and then Alex Mann is also out at linebacker for the Eagles now. That's a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
On that first down play, Carson Shaw, big hit. He's had himself a season. 6 foot, 178-pound junior. 6 tackles for loss, 46 tackles this season.
There's a quick pass, but a little too low and in the dirt. It's the closest I can do with a baseball reference. Intended for Coy Aiken and incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. And with the way that Coach Rogers and the Argyle coaches get these boys to work so hard in the summer, I could see Carson Shaw coming back next season. I don't know, 20 pounds heavier.
Oh, he's a starter.
Stronger.
He's a starter on any other team, but he'll have his chance next year for sure.
Second down and 10, snaps low. Roundtree can't handle it, but he gets away from the defender in the backfield, and he's got a nice run. He's out across into Argyle territory, the 45 and to the 43-yard line, where Jaquan Felton runs him out of bounds.
Well, that right there will be a coachable moment for some of the Argyle defenders who had him in the backfield but took the wrong angle and gave up the edge. It's kind of like in basketball. Don't give up the baseline. You learned that early. Don't give up the sideline. And that time, Roundtree picked up 14 yards when he should have been dropped for a loss of 3. But that'll be a good coachable moment for the Eagles.
Alex Mann had his eye on the football that was on the ground. Here's a handoff to Phillips, and he's going to have a couple of yards here. And Pruner on the stop along with Carson Shaw. And here's Riley Van Poppel and Michael Madry and Ethan Gonzalez checking back in defensive front. It'll be second down and 7.
It's a double switch up at the defensive line. Robert Hudgens pointed out earlier, from the halfway through the first quarter until now, the defensive line for Argyle, I'd be interested to see if he's seen the same thing, but just have wreaked havoc.
2nd down and 7. And it's Phillips again. And he'll be stopped. Alex Mann, Carson Shaw once again in on the stop. And it's going to leave 3rd down and about 5 here for Stephenville.
May I ask Robert a question, please?
Ask Robert a question.
Hey, Robert, did you see Michael Madry on that play? Took out 2 linemen. You don't always get the tackle, but boy, if you do what he did, he had those linemen on their back like 4 or 5 yards downfield.
And he's been doing that all night long. He is getting a bull rush on these bigger linemen and just getting back in the backfield before this quarterback can really do anything.
3rd down and 5 here. 8:34 to play here in the ball game. Argyle leading 56-20 at Globe Life Park. Here's the toss sweep out to the left to Kason Phillips. Makes a nice move, but Drew Adams regains his composure and runs him out of bounds, but it will be to the 33-yard line. He needed 5, and I think he got about 5.5, and that'll be just enough for a Yellow Jacket first down.
Every Stephenville run here, they're kind of giving up on the passes to the edge, outside the hash marks to the sideline. You could say they're painting the corners, Kenny, is what they're doing.
Ball's at the 32-yard line. Pass out to Aiken. And he's to the 23-yard line, I guess. They're about an 8 or 9 yard pickup that time before he was brought down by Jamal Felton. Brock Bunce in on the stop as well.
You get to rest your starters in the much of the second half. When you know it's a long season and the Eagles are planning on playing 16, coming up on game 13, that's a real benefit.
Toss sweep to the right side this time, and loss of about 3 yards that time for Kason Phillips, and Alex Mann did take the right angle that time and makes the stop. We'll call it a 2-yard loss back to the 25-yard line and leave 3rd and about 3.
One thing you know about Argyle, if you've watched them over the years, they don't make the same mistake twice very often. And you nailed it right there. Eric Mann just got up there and set the edge, made a nice tackle for loss, set up a 3rd and, I don't know, 2.5, 3? I don't know, so far away, Kenny. I think it's in the neighborhood of 3 yards.
And read option, and Roundtree will keep it. And no, ball's out. And I believe Argyle's on it. Yep, they are. Roundtree fumbles the football. Brock Bunce made the tackle, and it looks like Brock Bunce recovered the fumble.
Yeah, boy.
We'll see what they're going to say here. Yep, Argyle football.
5 turnovers for the Eagles tonight. Now a plus 33, meaning that they've caused more turnovers, 33 more turnovers than they've given up. That, I don't think I've ever heard a number like that. I'm not exaggerating. It's extraordinary. That's
and you know, and I'll say that watching these teams for Argyle the last 3 or 4 seasons, that's been one of the things that Argyle really hasn't dominated. Yeah, you know, they've been maybe plus 2 or 3, but nothing like that. It's like they came in the offseason this year, as soon as practice started, and said, hey, we're stripping the football from people.
Well, I think that 3-3, 3-4 defense has allowed them to get some real hitters on the field, but they have made an emphasis on it.
Peyton Shoemake, counter, straight up the middle, gets a nice block from Ty Hudgens.
That sounds familiar.
And a gain of a couple that time, maybe 3 yards for Peyton Shoemake.
Love to have you Hudgens on your team. They're always going to be really tough, really athletic, and very fit, and full of proper nutrition.
Yes, you might even say they have a beach body.
A beach body.
Yeah.
They're just monster fitness almost, I would say.
2nd down and 8 here for Argyle. DePiro gives it to Shoemake again, and Bowery will sling him down, but not much there, maybe a yard. And it'll be 3rd down and 7, and Lucas Anderson will check in for Argyle at tight end.
Peyton Shoemake likes to come in at just mop things up here, doesn't he? He's your mop-up running back. He's another one, though. Man, what a player he is. He's just got 3 unbelievable players in front of him, but what luxury it is to Argyle to have 4 running backs that would start on any team.
Shoemake, the junior. We'll have him around for another season. 3rd down and 8 here, and Shoemake is just kind of bouncing back for. He can't decide which side of DePiro he wants to get on. And now the play clock's down to 2. And Argyle has no idea what they're about to do, so they'll just let that play clock run down. And Argyle calls a timeout. So we'll take us a timeout. 5:32 to play in the ball game. Eagles 56, Stephenville 20 on AEBC Broadcasting.
407 Barbecue is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles. Named the very best barbecue in all of DFW several times over, 407 Barbecue offers an array of award-winning smoked meats, including mouth-watering brisket and rib. If you're brave enough, try to tackle on your own Spudzilla. No plate is complete without one of their world-famous sides either. And don't get out the door until you round out your trip with a bowl of Grandma's banana pudding. 407 Barbecue is family-owned and operated by your neighbors right here in Argyle. See their menu and catering options online at 407bbq.com or see for yourself at I-35W exit 407. 407 Barbecue.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Joe Bartram with CNN Mortgage. We are a privately owned mortgage lender since 1997, offering financing options designed for your family needs. CNN Mortgage is a proud sponsor of the Argyle Eagles. We have expanded and we invite you into our office right here in Argyle or our main office in Grapevine. CNN Mortgage is an active member of the community, so mention this ad and receive $550 towards the cost of your appraisal when we finance your next home. If you have dreams, we have solutions. CNN Mortgage is a licensed mortgage lender in the state of Texas. NMLS number is 148530. Joe Bartram's NMLS number is 1010778. Go Eagles!
Braden Baker is dropped for a loss by Colton Akamazo. And it'll be a fourth down here, and Caden Dotson will come on in punt formation.
Stephenville had the shift on. They shifted all to the right, looking for that pull hitter. Or left, rather, looking for that pull hitter.
Caden Dotson with an open stance back at the 10-yard line.
He's just working on his left foot.
And he does go left-footed, and that one will roll out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
He hit a frozen rope right in there to left center, didn't he?
More of a dribbler.
Worm burner.
45-yard punt. Rolls dead at the 32-yard line. No return. With that open stance, you hit the ball at the opposite field.
I'm sorry, Kenny. What about you said opposite field? I like that.
Hit the ball the opposite field. He did an open stance.
He did. He did. Little seeing eye punt right there is what that was. I'm sure the listeners, what is worse than an eye roll? At some point, we have listeners whose eyes are cramping now.
The only thing that would have been worse, I think, was way back when, and I had to miss this game for whatever reason, but it's Dallas Pinkston on Halloween or something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe. I think it's because I have kids that trick or treat. That's why.
Maybe.
Here is a option play to the left side, and it's another fumble, and Argyle is on it. Tossed to Kason Phillips, and Phillips could not handle the football, and it is recovered by Brock Bunce, and it will be Argyle football once again.
I have a feeling Boots Elliott is the play-by-play radio man for Stephenville and has been for 20-some-odd years. A really, really good guy, Boots Elliott. When he interviews Coach Doty might say something like, it's hard to beat a good team like Argyle if you turn the ball over 6 times. I mean, coaches say that. And
they do say that.
He'd be right.
He would be right. 3 interceptions in the first half, 3 fumbles in the second half.
Boots has been very good to Argyle. He's helped us a lot. So a shout out to Boots. And we go from quarterback number 30 to quarterback 31. Very unstable.
I wouldn't wave at him here in the glass to my left, but I don't know that he would smile quite like I am. He's a fan. Here's Colton Akamazo again, dragging down Braden Baker in the backfield. And Andy mentioned the 31 quarterback. That's Drew Snakenberg, the 175-pound senior.
What I will say about Boots is that you could say, I mean, he's been at Stephenville forever, and you could call Stephenville like the farm club for the college quarterback position.
Yeah.
There you are, your AAA team. 6 quarterbacks have gone on to play college football. 2 of those went on to play in the pros. Jarrett Stidham currently backing up at New England Patriots. Can't remember the starter. He's Cam Newton. Thank you. Yeah, I knew that was the name. We're going the wrong way here.
All of a sudden, Colton Akamazo is just playing like crazy, like a madman, and he's tackling everybody behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 3 here.
Braden Baker's going, what did I do to deserve this? Holy cow. Akamazo playing hard. He's one of those seniors that's 3-year starters. But Jarrett Stidham and Kevin Cobb, Keelan Luker, Brandon Stewart, and you might remember this name from last year, Cade Renfro. He's at Ole Miss now.
3rd down and 15 here for Argyle. Play action. Snakenberg is going to throw it over the middle and incomplete. Oh, it was close. Just about a yard or two out in front of the Argyle intended receiver, which was Riley Page. And it will be 4th down.
Well, you run the offense. You can't just keep running it up the middle and running it out of bounds or whatever. And the play, 3rd and 16, called for a little play action. And nice throw from Drew Snakenberg, just slightly out in front, just a little outside.
Caden Dodson to attempt a 53-yard field goal from the left hash. Sutton Lee to hold.
This is fun.
53-yard attempt. Snaps good. Kick is on its way. I don't think he got all of it, and it will be wide right and a little bit short. As
just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside on that one. You're right, Euchre. But didn't look like Caden got all of that one. But anyway, field goal is no good, so Argyle lead remains 56-20 with 2:59 here to play in the ball game here in this area round of the Class 4A Division I Region 2 playoffs.
What if he can place kick with both feet?
Maybe.
You better tell your holder what you're going to do beforehand. That could create some chaos if you don't. But longest field goal in Argyle history, Kenny, would you like to know? You were there.
Yeah, I was. I'm trying to think. 57 maybe?
That's correct. Cole Headland.
Cole Headland. There's a handoff for a pickup of a couple.
He's a pretty good kicker, wasn't he?
He was all right, yeah.
I mean, of all the high school kickers of all time, where would you rank him?
I'd rank him probably maybe up there, maybe around number 1.
Number 1.
I know he's a record holder.
Most field goals ever for a high school kicker. Argyle's had some great kickers over the year. Cole Headland just continuing a tradition.
I mean, Tony Fritsch was good and all. But 2nd down and 8.
Did he play for Argyle? Remember, it seems like he didn't
play for Argyle. And you know everybody plays for Argyle. You don't forget. You forget a lot of things, but you don't forget anything that has to do with Argyle football. Here's a 12-yard pickup.
It's a weird deal, Kenny. I don't really know for sure. I know I got a bunch of meetings tomorrow. I'm not sure really which ones. But if you ask me who set the record for most field goals and where he was and what hash mark he kicked it from, I could tell you.
You're right. 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe here for Stephenville. And Kason Phillips is still running free. And he's down the left sideline, and Jamal Felton will finally run him out of bounds, but a big pickup all the way down to the 16-yard line for Kason Phillips. By the way, checking in for Argyle at linebacker is Landon Newman.
Well, the Felton brothers said, not on my watch, they chased Kason Phillips out of bounds. Jaquan and Jamal Felton, a couple of sophomores.
Reed Palmer is in at one of the corner spots now for Argyle. 1st and 10 from the 16. From the Argyle 16 for Stephenville with 1:50 to play here in the ball game. Phillips being very patient, waiting for a hole to open, and there's a small one on the left side for a gain of a couple.
I don't remember the last time Stephenville has thrown the ball. It's been a long time. I mean, they and the touchdown drive previous, it was 6 plays all on the ground, but they're just not putting the ball in the air at all. Phillips is back there cramping up. I mean, he's got like 25, almost 30 carries, I bet, tonight. Somebody should look that up.
2nd down and 7. Phillips has got a big hole this time on the right side. Cuts it back inside, and he'll walk into the end zone for the Stephenville Yellow Jacket touchdown, his 29th touchdown of the season for Kason Phillips.
I'm happy for him. Good memory, good way to finish your senior year as a Stephenville Yellow Jacket. There's some pressure when you're a Stephenville Yellow Jacket. You're a town that has won 5 state championships. There's high expectations. Kason Phillips doing his part.
And I think that was actually the record. I think the record was 28. I think he tied it last time. He's getting a bunch of hugs and high fives here from his coaches as he goes back over to the sideline. And that extra point is good by Corbin Poston. 1:13 to play in this ball game. It's now Argyle 56, Stephenville 27 on AEBC Broadcasting.
Feel like you never have any space to put things? Tired of your closet always looking cluttered, no matter how you try to organize it? Try Closets by Design. Have an expert out for a free consultation to have a look at your closet, garage, home office, pantry, anything. And they will build you a closet system that caters to your every need. Why go buy a basic, cookie-cutter piece of furniture when you can put in a system tailored specifically for your every need? Schedule your consultation today by calling 972-361-0010 or schedule it online at closetsbydesign.com. Imagine your home totally organized. Closets by Design.
Football fans know some things just go together. Quarterbacks and receivers, face paint and super fans, game days and tailgates. State Farm agent Matt Ports knows another winning combination: home and auto. Matt and his team are here to help life go right when you combine your home and auto insurance, which saves you time and money. So get your home and auto on the same team and score some savings. Call State Farm agent Matt Ports at 940-591-6644 today.
Poston will kick it long, and Hayden Stewart will make a fair catch at the 9-yard line. So they'll bring it out to the 25 with 1:10 to play here. Argyle leading 56-27, and here's Andy Ace Smith with that Stephenville drive summary.
That may be the most violent fair catch signal I've ever seen from Hayden Stewart there. But what was also pretty impressive was Stephenville kept it on the ground again. 5 plays, 64 yards. Kason Phillips gets the touchdown in the fourth quarter. Stephenville's only thrown the ball twice. They've run the ball 31 times in the second half.
Peyton Shoemake gets another carry. Straight ahead, and I don't know, pick up of about 3 this time for Shoemake. Clock running, under a minute now to play in this game. Argyle will face the winner of Waco La Vega and Wilmer Hutchins. They play tomorrow night in Corsicana.
Tiger Stadium. We played there, beat Gilmer. Speaking of things I remember.
I wasn't part of that one.
No, it was in the Griffin was his first name. Coach Griffin's son.
Storm.
No, not Storm. T had a pick 6 to ice that game.
2nd down and 7. Here's Shoemake. And nothing doing here, and that should just about do it as the clock will continue to run. Called a baseball game, speaking of Griffin. Coach Griffin.
He did. Well, actually,
it's a baseball series there.
A little late on the call, but he won his 400th game as a baseball coach last spring. That's amazing. 400 wins for Coach Griffin.
And this clock has run down to 000, and that is your ball game here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. The Argyle Eagles, 2020 area champs.
12 consecutive.
12 consecutive. And Andy knows that, of course.
Naturally. Yeah, how about that?
It's all memorized, too, by the way. Area champs, Class 4A, Division I, Region 2. They'll move on to take on the winner of the La Vega Wilmer Hutchins game tomorrow night. Our final score once again at Globe Life Park, Argyle 56, Stephenville 27. Our postgame show is on the way next. Our CNN Mortgage postgame show next at AEBC Broadcasting.
Buying or selling a home is likely your greatest investment. Lori Jacobson, broker of DFW Legacy Real Estate Group, believes in making the process easy and simple for your family. Whether you're moving into your forever home in Argyle or a first-time buyer, Lori is dedicated to making sure all of her clients walk away from the transaction satisfied. If you want the best, call Lori Jacobson, D Magazine's best real estate agent in 2019 and 2020. Lori wants to encourage all the Argyle Eagles to leave a legacy on and off the field. Go Eagles.
Over 65 years and still growing, at Bill Utter Ford, we'll help you find the perfect car, truck, or SUV with our always utterly affordable prices. Bill Utter Ford is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles, and together we are flying high over North Texas. Bill Utter Ford, a Denton County tradition for over 65 years. Visit us today or see us online at BillUtterFord.com.
You're gonna like the way we treat you, Bill Utter Ford.
Welcome back. Globe Life Park in Arlington. Argyle Eagles, area champions, 56-27 over the Stephenville Yellow Jackets, and Robert Hutchins has head coach Todd Rogers down there on the field. Robert?
Coach, I mean, did it anything that surprised you tonight, or did pretty much go as planned for you guys?
Well, I think that's a really good football team. They're 4-2 in their last 6 games, and tremendous athletes with a great coaching staff, and so yeah, we had legitimate concern about their success, but you know, moving forward, we were able to dominate them in the second and the third quarter, and I felt good about our team.
Was there anything that maybe you're going to take back? Yeah, that you're going to take back and maybe have to work on this week? I mean, I know there's always something, but is there something that maybe stands out a little bit to you?
There's tons to practice. I mean, you practice to make perfection. You practice so many times that you don't ever get it wrong. And so we've got to do all that stuff. We're facing a whole different scheme, a whole different type of defense, and a whole different style of athlete next week. So there are always going to be adjustments in regards to that.
Sounds good. Thank you,
Hey,
Coach.
Wait. Robert, I got a couple of quick questions for Coach Rogers, if you don't mind. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, Coach Rogers. Congratulations, 12 straight area titles. That's pretty cool. Early on, though, there was you were kind of caught looking and had a couple swings and misses. You were in quite the pickle at that point, weren't you?
Wow. Well, all the baseball references in the baseball stadium.
Well, until
good.
you decided to land a moonshot, and it just kind of went from there, didn't it?
Well, one of their punts over there, that punter hit a moonshot. It went above the lights one time. I couldn't see it. So, no, I think that we took a few series to get adjusted defensively, but tremendous adjustments with our ones out there, and they did a good job of getting them started.
Yeah, the resilience, in all seriousness, the mental toughness, the resilience of your team was really impressive tonight. And that, it's not always going to go your way in the playoffs, and it's you just got to respond to adversity. You talk about that all the time.
Yeah, I thought our kids played great, and once again, we're virtually healthy, and the two kids we had sitting today, they're likely going to be back next week, so I feel good about it.
All right, we'll head to the clubhouse, get that post-game meal. And
it's breaking in and out.
Yeah.
It's
Thanks,
good.
Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Luckily, I'm out.
Yeah.
It was the bingo
right.
card.
We're out
complete.
now, over and out. All right, now our players of the game. Who do we have down there, I believe?
Right now we have the very speedy Ward McCollum. So Ward, so player of the game, offensive player of the game. You got some great breakaway runs here tonight. What was it? Were you open on that first one, completely open? Didn't you break a tackle to make it in on that?
That first one, I'll give it to Cole on that one. If you see, go watch it back. He had a great block on the outside, and our linemen always do great all night.
Was there anything that surprised you guys as wide receivers as far as some of the fronts that they were showing? Were they staying man, dropping back in zone, allowing you guys to get a little more than you should?
I think, yes, sir, they always change it. I think every team from now on will mix it up on us just to get us confused, but I think we're really smart at the wide receiver position, and we'll get it done.
Now, let's be honest here. Are you really the fastest guy on the team?
I don't know about that one. I wouldn't give it to me, not on that one.
All right, great job, Bud. You are tonight's offensive player of the game. Job well done, and let's get ready for the next one, brother.
Thank you, yes, sir.
4 catches, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns tonight for Mr. McCollum. And now our defensive player of the game, Grant Mirabal, with 711 tackles and 2 interceptions.
So they say unofficially you had 711 tackles tonight and 14 interceptions, but I don't think it was that much. So 2 interceptions tonight. Of course, you had one that unfortunately got called back, but it still counts as interception. What was it tonight? Were you just feeling it, or did it look like the size of a beach ball to you, or what?
I was just kind of following my zone, and I was filling in for the outside linebacker zone, and I don't know, the ball just kind of ended up in my hands.
Earlier in the game, I was sitting there and I was talking to Will Ramsey, and I said, hey man, tonight looks like it's going to be a good night for some turnovers. I mean, did it kind of come easy to you tonight?
To be honest, it was just a week of practice and how much film we watched. We definitely watched more film as a team than we have ever before, and I think it really helped.
Awesome job, man. Well, you look like you were all over the place. You look like you were playing like 5 guys. Every time you look up, you were there. So great job tonight on defense. Way to go. And, man, big game next week.
Thank you.
You bet. Great job.
Grant Mirabal, our defensive player of the game tonight here at Globe Life Park in Arlington, following the 56-27 victory for Argyle over Stephenville. Looking at some stats tonight, C.J. Rogers ends up 11 out of 17 tonight, 304 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions tonight for C.J. Ethan DePiro and Drew Snakenberg each went 1 for 2 throwing the football. On the ground, Tito Bice ends up with 12 carries, 149 yards, 3 touchdowns tonight for Tito, and really the first time this season we've seen him not really be on a pitch count. I finally get to throw that one out there. Although we've used that one all year long. Knox Goggins, 4 carries, 27 yards. Cole, he was listed 1 for 7. That should have been a pass, I think, on that one. Peyton Shoemake had 5 carries tonight. Braden Baker, 4 carries. And receiving, Cole Kirkpatrick, 4 catches, 125 yards, and a touchdown tonight. He only averaged 31 yards per reception, did Cole. Ward McCollum, 4 for 81, 2 touchdowns. Cash Walker, 2 for 54 and a touchdown. Hayden Stewart had 1 catch for 44 yards. Gannon Pels 1 for 12, and Braden Baker also had a catch tonight. Gavin Roundtree for Stephenville was 17 out of 32, 199 yards, a touchdown, but those 3 interceptions. Kason Phillips, 39 carries, 250 yards tonight for the running back for the Yellow Jackets, 3 touchdowns for Kason. Trace Morrison led the way, receiving 5 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Coy Aiken also had 5 catches. Hayden Keith, Reese Elston had 2 apiece. Jacob Stacy and Kason Phillips each had a catch tonight as well. And your Argyle Eagles are area champs, 56-27 over Stephenville, and will take the winner of La Vega and Wilmer Hutchins tomorrow night.
Yeah, that'll be a closely watched game. See who comes out of that. If it is La Vega, that would be the 3rd year in a row that Argyle and La Vega have met in the playoffs after Argyle took the regular season. Earlier this year, Argyle beat La Vega 35-7, pretty convincingly, but that game didn't really count.
Right.
If they play next week, it'll count. But Wilmer Hutchins got a pretty good ball club this year. Really, they won that District 8 4A, Division I, and they're going to be ready for the Pirates for sure.
So let's find out a little bit what's going on around. It is Thursday night, so not a ton of games, but I think John Little's got an out-of-town scoreboard, doesn't he, Blake?
Yeah, let's see if we can get John on the line. Hey, John.
Thanks, Blake. And Argyle at 12-0 now moves on to play the winner of tomorrow night's game between Wilmer Hutchins and Waco La Vega. Waco La Vega, a top-ranked team in 4A. Wilmer Hutchins is 5-1 coming into the game. We'll see how this plays out. This is going to be tomorrow night at Corsicana's Tiger Stadium. Now, the other 2 games in Class 4A Division I, Region 2, pit Midlothian Heritage coming in at 9-2 against Paris, a team out of Argyle's district. That is tomorrow night in Paris at Wildcat Stadium. Plus, 2 10-win teams match up in Region 2 as well when 10-0 Kennedale meets 10-1 Melissa. Melissa's only loss this year is to Argyle. That's at Grapevine's Mustang Panther Stadium tomorrow night at 7:30 if you want to catch it. Now, in 4A Division I, Region 1, the Decatur Eagles pick up a big come-from-behind win tonight over previously unbeaten Clint. This game played in Big Spring at Memorial Stadium, 6 o'clock start. So this thing was over early, but Decatur was down 21-7 at the half. It was not looking good. In the second half, though, Decatur explodes for 35 straight points, including a go-ahead strip and score by linebacker Kevin Salas. Decatur wins at 42-21, and Decatur moves on to face Canyon, as Canyon tonight was able to get the better of Stockton 59-7. That'll be a tough one next week for Decatur. Also this evening in Region 1, Dumas defeats Andrews 31-20. Dumas outscored Andrews 24-0 in the second half to pick up that win in Plainview. Dumas moves on to play the winner of Springtown and Big Spring. That game being played in Abilene on the campus of Abilene Christian tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Meanwhile, in Class 4A Division II, there are some former rivals of the Argyle Eagles that will play, like Salina at 4-4, meeting up with 8-1 Sweetwater at Tarleton Memorial Stadium in Stephenville tomorrow night. Also 10-1 Aubrey matches up with Midland Greenwood. That's on Saturday in Abilene at Abilene Christian. And in 3A Division I, 8-3 Pilot Point takes on the undefeated 9-0 Shallow Water football team at Breckenridge. That's at 7 o'clock on Friday evening. Also, congrats to the Denton Ryan Raiders. They stay unbeaten, rolling up 63 points in the first half against Frisco Heritage, settling on a 63-20 win. The number 1 Ryan Raiders get 3 touchdown receptions on 6 catches and 91 yards for Jatavian Sanders. Blake?
Thank you, John. You're the best. Here's Kenny and Andy to wrap this thing up.
All right. Welcome back to the RE/MAX North Texas team postgame show here on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting. And this will tell you how bad the turnovers can be for you, Andy, as Stephenville actually outgains Argyle tonight. 503 total yards of offense for Stephenville, 494 for Argyle, and that includes 304 on the ground for the Yellow Jackets compared to Argyle's 182. And so a short field and turnovers can be a huge difference.
Can be a big, big difference. And the Stephenville Yellow Jackets in the first quarter were just eating Argyle up, passing the ball, throwing it to the edge, and converting first downs, getting it down the field. Were able to score until Argyle made the adjustments really everywhere on defense. They tightened up on the defensive line and closed up the running lanes, and then they shut down that out pattern that was killing them so much. And really, for the most part, I mean, give Kason Phillips a lot of credit, and 304 rushing yards is pretty impressive. A lot of that came, though, after this game was, no longer in doubt, and Argyle was rolling in some depth to just get some experience. But still, it's hard to run 304 yards against the air for me. So give the credit where the credit is due. That's the season high allowed by Argyle rushing. But again, a little misleading, I think. Argyle's starting defense from the midpoint of the first quarter on through the third quarter really put the clamps on Stephenville. Allowed only actually no third down conversions, forced 5 consecutive punts, and like you said, 6 turnovers. That's incredible. Just a really tough performance.
It really was, and like as Grant Mirabal had mentioned, a couple of those interceptions, and Gavin Roundtree, the quarterback, had only thrown 6 interceptions all season, and he threw 3 tonight, and like he mentioned, they just kind of went right into his hands, it seemed like, especially one of them. So just a great night for Grant Mirabal.
Well, and on the other side, Argyle's offense, the offensive line was just, they were caught off guard a bit by some blitzes from places they hadn't expected. But like the offensive line does, I'm telling you, that's got to be top 3 offensive lines in any classification in the state. They made some adjustments. C.J. Rogers had all kinds of time to throw, and he took advantage of that himself. He threw for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. One thing, if you're going to throw it to Cole for 80 yards, you better have a little time for him to get down there.
Yeah.
And he did. And how cool was it to see Tito Bice come back? He's a wrecking ball, man. He just breaks tackles left and right, and then he's got a great offensive line. I thought that Nick Rubian might have had one of his better games tonight up front. We were sort of come to expect it from Jack Tucker and Sheridan Wilson and Blake Spence and, Austin Criswell. And sometimes we don't always notice Nick Rubian just because he's doing his thing, but I thought he played really well tonight.
Yeah, and just a great season so far for Argyle, and a great season for the Stephenville Yellow Jackets as they're still out on the field.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
It is hard to believe. I was sitting there watching Gavin Roundtree, the quarterback. He was still out there playing catch with Coy Eakin, as Roundtree's a senior and Eakin's a junior, and they don't want to stop throwing the football back and forth to each other.
I don't blame him. Akamazo's over there doing a play action, drops back, throws the ball, complete.
Yeah.
A dart.
So
frozen rope, if you will.
Argyle will move on, though, and next week it will be either the La Vega Pirates or the Wilmer Hutchins Eagles next Friday night. And to figure out where, when, how, and why, the best thing to do is to check out all the social media, Twitter, Facebook. We're going to even get something. I'm going to make sure something's out there on Instagram. We're going to have Blake do a TikTok dance wherever we're going to play. All that's going to happen next week on social media. So just search Argyle Sports. Twitter's your best bet, by the way. If you're not on Twitter, then try Facebook.
Kenny,
and we'll get that out there.
Shout out to Gina, my wife, here tonight. And
She's
also
awesome.
Blake's wife, Hannah, is here as well.
Yeah,
How about that? That's pretty cool.
It's awesome.
It's very awesome.
It's awesome. So another great night. Argyle Eagles are area champs. We'll wrap up this RE/MAX North Texas team postgame show and head on out of here for tonight. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Once again, our final score, Argyle 56, Stephenville 27. For Robert Hudgens, Blake Jones, Andy Smith, I'm Kenny Arthur. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We will talk to you again next Friday. Have a happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting. Argyle 56, Stephenville 27. Good night, everybody.